This production has been authorized, vetted, evaluated, and approved for your consumption by Wild LLC. You're welcome.
So let me pose a question to both you and Weber, Ralph. If they were to make a He-Man live-action movie, who would you pick to lead as He-Man?
Who would I pick?
Arnold.
That's not a bad pick. That's not
Get
a bad
Arnold
pick.
out of retirement.
That's not a bad pick.
I don't know. That's oh boy, that's a tough one. I mean, you need somebody. You need somebody that's.
You need someone that has the really good blonde hair. I don't think Arnold could pull that off.
Well, there's.
I don't know if the wig would pull it off. I mean, obviously him as Conan was different, but like.
See, I honestly think because have you seen the commercial where they and I forget what it's for, but they de-aged Dolph Lundgren?
Yeah.
I feel like he needs another shot at this.
Right.
Like I feel like he got the bone job in the first movie because it was just. I mean, it just terrible in ways that I can't describe. Like it just the only cool thing about the original Masters of the Universe movie was Skeletor at the end when he super powers up and he's like the golden version of Skeletor.
Right.
Like that stuff that Skeletor was really good. Beyond that, could probably throw out most of. Although that is technically, I guess, considered canon because in the next season of the Netflix show in the trailer, they actually show Gweldor from the movie, the little guy with the key.
Yeah.
So he's in that trailer. So I guess that's considered canon. But I don't know who could play He-Man. Again, it would have to be like a Chris Evans situation from Captain America, where when they did like the very puny version of Chris Evans before he gets the super soldier serum, because you got to have somebody that can play Adam and He-Man. So it'd have to be a situation like that. But yeah, even like that'd be great, like a Chris Evans or I don't know. Chris Hemsworth. I don't know. There's so many different, like it's such a hard role to cast.
Yeah.
I know that they
role to cast.
I'm pretty sure they cast somebody that I've never even really heard of. So I don't know.
Oh, are they actually making a He-Man movie?
It's back on. Yeah.
Oh,
They were gonna do one before. I think it was gonna be on Netflix before they did all this other stuff because they have two He-Man cartoons on there right now. One that's the Kevin Smith one, and then they have the other one which is more geared towards like children today instead of gearing it towards like the people that watch the 80s series. But that one's really off the rails too. I had a hard time watching that one because it gets weird. It's got like you can tell it's definitely made to sell toy lines because it's got like everybody getting like weird power-ups and I don't know. I had a hard time watching
like you said toilets, not
toilets.
Toilets.
Yes, toilets. Yes.
We're selling toilets.
I was like, wait. I know he said toys, but I'm so totally distracted by thinking.
No, he definitely said toys.
Yes. So you want to get the new line of the Masters of the Universe toilets. I will say that if you're buying them, the two that are probably the best selling toilets right now are the Beast Man toilet and the Mouse Man toilet.
Yep.
Those are the two best selling lines.
Makes a lot of sense.
The Stinkor toilet is limited edition, so get yours now while you can.
The Stinkor, that's great. I love that.
This is going to make a great clip. All right, so let's talk about Bobby Buffet. Let's get a little into the.
Let's get down to it.
Character here. We've got
Feast
Mode. We've got top of the food chain.
Oh yeah.
We've got Eat, Defeat, Repeat.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Hungry.
Oh yeah.
We've got the All Hungry. Bobby Buffet. So what has inspired you
the best
to create this character, the All Hungry Bobby Buffet? Let's just get right into it.
Yeah, I mean, it's inspired by me 100%. First of all, as you can tell, I'm a bigger guy. Like so I like to eat. I'm with you. This is very true. You know what I'm saying?
Same. Yeah. Food is life.
There are not many more than me being in the kitchen or. You know what I'm saying? Me trying some real good food.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely an emotion enhancer.
Can of cocoa butter. And I put it on. But I put it on, like, when I put it on, I'm like, I don't.
Right.
So I try to hype myself up, and I'm like, "Come on, baby! Like we gotta hit this. Every single move gotta be clean." And every time I'm about to hit the entrance or whatever, Van Halen starts playing in my head for some odd reason.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to another exciting edition of Chillin' with the Bros, Chillin' with the OC, rather. This is Raw, not SmackDown. As you can see, there is no King Ralph. He is not here. He's tending to family matters, which is okay. We do have a co-host in place. Super excited. Wanted to make this announcement for a while, so we're going to give him the announcement plus the entranceway. He is been sort of like an honorary member for quite a while now. If you don't know, he was part of a band called the Mystery Men, and they have been our theme songs for our intros and outros for quite a while. So, but now it's official that he is officially a part of the OCP team. There it is, right there. King Ralph, myself, Adam the Guy, and my current co-host of this evening, Kenny P. What's going on, buddy?
What's happening, pal? How you doing?
Welcome to
Thanks.
the OCP
Thanks
team, sir.
for having me
officially
here on the OCP team. I appreciate it, man.
You have been pretty much since day one, but like we never
up that
properly introduced you. You were just kind of, hey, these are the guys that let us do our music. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what it's all about.
What's happening?
Doing it up, making it happen. Things are good.
You ready for a fun night of Monday Night Raw and chilling?
Yeah, can't wait.
I can see you for once.
I guess I should have the show on at some point, right?
I can see you, which is amazing.
So
I
yeah,
love your
right.
little corner you got there.
You got this little light going on, little bright,
little nook.
Wipe off the lens. Yep, cleaned it all up. I got the the BG autographed football. Let's see, we'll go that way. You can see the case back there.
Right, yeah,
Put that together this week. I
nice.
Was lucky enough to get to Eagles training camp this year with my friend Elisa. And in the section that they had us in, they had a little raffle.
Nice.
And I ended up walking away from Rafflemania with a Brandon Graham signed football. So
nice.
Had to put it in the case.
Hell yeah.
Added a little sticker, the pin, the magnet. A buddy of mine got me a replica Super Bowl ring.
Nice.
So I put that in there too. So it's got the whole, collector display going on. Pretty sweet.
That's
good
pretty
little
sweet.
Addition to what's happening. So
that's pretty awesome. I love that. Yeah. But before we go any further, we need to address real quick breaking news that happened a few hours earlier. Thoughts, prayers, condolences to the family of one Sid Udy, aka Sid Justice, aka Sid Vicious, aka Psycho Sid. Has unfortunately passed away at the age of 63. So thoughts, prayers, condolences go out to his family. What a legend in the business. What a legend in the game. Yeah.
For sure. I remember vividly watching Survivor Series 96 with buddies of mine over. We were watching it on pay-per-view, and we were basically like, I don't know, still are basically the Shawn Michaels haters crew.
Right.
And we watched every one of those 96 pay-per-views going, can't wait to see you lose him. Can't wait to see him lose it. Can't wait to see him lose it. And when he finally did, we went ballistic. And it was a lot of fun. And that was also part of the kickoff of them, what people would now call them hot potatoing the world title, because it went from Sid, and then they bounced it back to Shawn in January. And then Shawn lost his smile, had to hand it over instead of doing the time-honored tradition in this business.
Yeah.
And then always have to say it like freight train and be like,
Right.
this.
Business. Yeah.
So shout out to Freight Train. But anyway, so they bounced it around, and then that was Bret Hart's like fourth reign for 24 hours, and then it got back on to Sid, and they were like the Austin Bret Hart match, had they won the title, would have been for the title, but it ended up being for Sid and Undertaker, and then that's when Sid lost it back to Taker, and then I think Sid was gone pretty quickly after that. So pretty wild. I know famously later on, everybody's got stories about how he was supposed to go to an indie show and wasn't there. People got softball jokes for days.
Right, of course.
But I know very specifically there was one night in AIW in Cleveland. Sid was supposed to be there and he wasn't. And I think they ended up having some kind of improv 6-man tag.
Right.
Where it was like Gregory Iron, EC3, and I forget who the third guy is, might have been Filthy Tom Lawler, but like they all were a 6-man and they all did their Sid impressions,
right,
where they put on Sid wigs and came out with vests and they played the music 3 different times, and like they all came out like Psycho Sid and made like sort of a big joke about him not being there. But I mean, he was a guy, even at ECW, like his old ECW stuff, people you'd think hardcore ECW wrestling fans wouldn't love Sid, and they love Sid. I mean, they couldn't wait to see Sid. Sid came out, they popped, they screamed, they loved it. They couldn't wait to see him powerbomb like, somebody, John Cronus or Antifaz del Norte or, whoever it was.
Right. Yeah.
Tom Marquez, Pablo Marquez probably took more tables than Sid from anybody in ECW. So like that's all it was, and that was even the launch, I think, of Jeff Jones's deal, because Jeff Jones would come out with Sid. And then when Sid bounced, he just kept the gimmick and put it over to Mike Awesome. So but Sid, rest in peace, man. Sid was Sid one of a kind. Sid was
special for sure.
Very special performer. Riz off the charts, as the kids would say.
Right. About 3 minutes for the show, let's give the audience and you, I don't know how far behind you're on wrestling, quick rundown of the show tonight. We have a lot of stuff going on. First of all, Orton's going to be in town.
Oh, no.
He's going to be probably saying something about Gunther. I mean, their title match coming up this Saturday.
Okay.
We also have the beginning of the number one contender title tournament for the IC Championship. Current champion is Braun Breaker. 2 triple threat matches were announced. One being main event Jey Uso versus Karrion Kross and Kofi Kingston on the one match. On the other side, we have The Miz versus the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne and Xavier Woods.
Are they watching Dropkick Depression?
I don't know, right? It's weird, right?
I think somebody's got Jeff Cannonball's booking ideas going on.
We also have the fallout of the destruction of the Terror Twins by the New Judgment Day, being JD McDonough, Carlito, Finn Balor, Homewrecker Liv, and Dateline Dom, as we call them on the show.
Wow.
We also have 2 big men slapping man meat. Braun Strowman facing Big Bronson Reed. This should be a ridiculous banger of a match. And the one that I'm most excited for, because I've been so invested in it, is the Wyatt 6, the first singles match of Uncle Howdy against Chad Gable. I have been so for this Wyatt 6 since it started. I am all for it. I'm excited. I'm a Wyatt guy. I've been a Wyatt guy since 2012.
Let's see. I'm going to be very psyched to add the spooky figures to my spooky figure collection.
Yeah, nice. You have a lot so far.
They're going to mix in. Well, there was a line of zombies that came out a few years ago.
Yes.
There were zombie figures, and then that evolved into mutants, and then that evolved into monsters.
Right.
And they all were targeted to come out around Halloween.
Nice.
So if you collected all of these sets, when they were out, like 2016, 17, 18-ish,
right.
You got yourself a pretty good spooky fig fed.
Right.
So, and then you get like the wacky characters, like say the Berserker, 96 Mankind,
right.
Stardust, regular Bray Wyatt, the Fiend Bray Wyatt, Burnt Fiend.
Yes, the
They
Burnt
made a
Fiend.
Burnt
Yes.
Fiend.
Yes.
So all of those are fair game in the Spooky Fed. So the best thing to come out of this the whole Wyatt Six thing are the tributes to Brody Lee, Luke Harper, and
Yes.
B, the action figures. But
Yes. Yes.
miss me on the actual matches, bro. That's just my opinion.
Our first
Subjective
hello
art form for everybody.
of the night. What is going on, Johnny Autism Wrestling? How are you? Welcome to the show.
We are doing
Happy to have you.
Doing well, Johnny Autism. Thanks for chilling with us tonight.
Thanks for chilling with us, and our
Thanks for chilling with
newest-
the best in the business,
newest
best
team
business
member.
in the business.
best business. Do you know about what's going on with our LLC shtick?
Well,
What's going on?
I know Ethan Wilde is a very
Because-
outstanding gentleman.
Well, yes,
of fine
but-
character, of fine moral compass.
Very yes,
a person that everyone
very sound.
should.
Very
Everyone
sound.
should, objectively strive to be like and be
Right.
more part, adapt more parts of Ethan Wilde's personality into your own personality, and
Right.
this world would be a bigger, better, stronger, more intelligent place. Honestly,
Well, we definitely have a few chapters we can update the audience and you on about
Graphic
the whole
for the
Wild
Sid.
LLC saga.
graphic for Sid.
Yep,
We got a graphic.
we got a graphic.
Hopefully, we get a package later. It's a
I'm
3-hour show.
sure I'm sure we will. But yeah, no. Throughout their breaks, we'll take breaks and I'll show you the Wild LLC stuff. What's going on? We'll go through the chapters throughout the breaks and kind of give you and the audience updates about all things best business in the business. You know, Johnny Autism is starting wrestling school tomorrow. I'm not nervous at all. I'm actually excited to learn. That's awesome.
Sweet,
So excited for you.
excellent.
Get into that training.
Good luck on your journey. I don't know if you've gotten any advice, but things I've always heard are mouth closed, ears open. That's a good one. And basically, if there was any podcast that Bryce Remsburg has ever done about the topic, listen to everything Bryce Remsburg says about it.
I love Bryce. Bryce is the man.
The man. The Bryce is right. So good luck, man. Hope everything works out well.
Yeah.
And do what you like, man. Hope it all works out for you, Johnny Autism.
I also have another. What's going on, Jeff? Thanks for the like. Appreciate you.
Hey, Jeff.
If this is your first time, welcome. We just chill and watch Raw. That's all we do here. There's no rhyme or reason. We're just chilling with you guys, with this guy. Either go the right direction.
So where are you at on Randy Orton as a wrestler, Sean?
I've always loved Orton. I've always been an Orton fan. I
always have not.
I was super sad when he got injured, and I thought he was going to be gone for good. And then when he said "F it, I'm going back," I was like, "Yes."
Well, stem cells are a beautiful thing.
Of course, which is I'm hoping that's what helps Big E get back. And if he doesn't get back, it's okay. But I really think Big E deserves another a second chance at wrestling if he can get that second chance.
Yeah.
But Jeff is coming from North Carolina. That's cool.
Excellent. That's Rock and Roll Express country down there, Jeff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's right.
So be ready for the lots of the absolutely, Johnny. Absolutely. Be ready for lots of nostalgia. Be ready for lots of dated references. Hope you're up on your history. Throw out any phrases you don't understand. Just pull out the little computer in your pocket and learn something. We're all here to have a good time, learn stuff, bring extra perspective from stuff. Because I've always found Randy to be like super boring, cut and paste. Like it's like they had a specific formula in the mid 2000s, and like Randy checks all the boxes. There was a classic line like, if you're not 6'4", 240, we don't want to even take a look at you as a wrestler. You know what I mean?
Well,
so like
the Vince era was all that you just wanted the big guys to be champions, and then
but I mean now Randy's like 300 pounds. He's on that chicken and rice. He's on that real good chicken.
Oh yeah,
and
dude.
rice,
I think this is the biggest that he's been. He's
coming out at 300 pounds. He legitimately said he was like, oh yeah, I think I'm like 275. He's like, no, I'm going up. My brother's been eating.
Right,
It's funny. People, I have a whole crew of friends I've had this long long drawn out bit. Like, is he any good? Is he the greatest of all time with Randy? And I can't do it. It's just, even when it's like you pick out all the classics that Randy's had, when you just think of like sick Randy Orton matches off the top of the line, is it because Randy was doing great stuff, or is it because the guy he was in there with was doing rad stuff and Randy just looked cool while selling for him? You know what I mean?
I mean, my opinion is I think it's a little bit of both. But to answer your question, Jeff, I was just listening to my buddy here. We go live Mondays for Chilling with the OC, 7:45. Me and Ralph usually, if not this guy. Fridays, it's Chilling with the Bros. It's me and my older brother, or a bro, or just me. Who knows? Fridays are always a weird one.
Bro.
It's Chilling with the Bros, or a bro, singular bro, multiple bros. Who knows? And then Sundays usually at 3:30, unless the time has changed, is the regular scheduled podcast, Opinion City, which is us, which me and Ralph. The King is out doing family matters, so he's away. But I do have this cool guy, Kenny P, in the place.
That's why it's a team. You know what I mean?
And we are ready for all. We are currently listening to JD McDonough talk about trash and Rhea.
No, whatever. We don't talk about him. He's just that guy. Whatever.
JD?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. So whatever.
Are you a fan of any of these guys in there right now?
Let's see who we got.
Finn
Balor's cool. Yeah, Finn's the guy. Finn's
Carlito.
I mean, he's a straw stirrer in the drink, clearly. Carlito's cool. He's fun. Dom's got the world in front of him. Dom's great. I like babyface Dom. This heel Dom's crushing.
Dom's crushing it. Sure.
New Jersey born and raised, Liv Morgan, making it finally happen.
Yeah.
I know, like Ruby Soho.
Yes,
is,
Ruby Soho.
Somebody I've followed in Chikara for a long time.
Right.
And followed a lot, of course, obviously afterwards, and listening to her talk about Liv Morgan when she would like run training classes and like really get into the deepness of what pro wrestling is behind closed doors, and to hear somebody that you would respect like a Ruby Soho talk about it and be like happy that Liv's not only like her friend but somebody who's really worked super hard to get to where she is, and now that she's finally got into this featured role on television, is really thriving well with it. So I mean, she's very polarizing personality, I think, Liv Morgan. But I also feel like she's done very well in this spot. So it's one of those,
this story,
hard work
I think
and
she's
opportunity meets
been killing it.
All that stuff. So
good
on her.
I think in this story she's been killing it, but there was a long time where I just didn't think of her as a champion, just because they didn't. I wouldn't say anything that she did wrong, but I think like they didn't portray her as champion even when she was champion.
And that's what wrestling is. I mean, Rey Mysterio is going to be a legend, is a legend, will forever be a legend.
Absolutely legend.
Will walk away and be a legend. And the one time he was booked as a world champion, he couldn't win a match and would constantly get DQ finishes. And then he was a transitional guy for 24 hours when
that was the worst
thing. And like
when he beat Cena, I felt so bad.
As far as having a title reign that everybody like measures and compares and everything else, like you can name a lot of people who have had lengthy title reigns that people would put up and rank as title reigns that can't lace Rey Mysterio's boots. So like that's what wrestling is. It's not it's not just on the talent. Sometimes it's on the people producing and coaching and saying this is the way it's gonna be, pal. The old eraser pencil being the strongest weapons in the biz. So, but
Johnny apparently
did
commentary on Friday. But he thinks because commentary needs work. Because when he was on commentary, he didn't know what the hell to say.
Well, it's practice. It's practice.
This practice makes perfect, man.
It's listening. Listen to people who are commentators. I mean, you have specific roles as commentators. There's your play-by-play guy, where you're specifically calling the action, and then you have your color commentator that's going a little deeper into the psychology, or maybe shading whatever the presentation is in a certain direction.
Right.
So. And it's also like the people that you're working for, like, what do they want you to do? How do what's the voice or what's the attitude or what's the vibe that they want to put forward for what they're trying to do? So it's an individual performance as part of a team effort, if that makes sense. So it's you can't just be like, what a maneuver for 3.5 hours. I mean, it only worked.
What a maneuver!
He was in charge.
Stay for 3 hours.
Anybody tries to pull off what a maneuver. Oh, speak of the devil, here's Ray.
I know. We say his name and
those fresh cut fits.
Say his name and he appears, but he's not Joe Hendry.
I'm very psyched to they revealed a Dragon Lee figure at this year. I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna be able to add. I haven't been able to really add to my indie guys who now get Mattel figures, or people who I've seen independently who get Mattels. I haven't been really able to add a lot to that recently, at least on the WWE side.
Right.
So Dragon Lee is like another dude. Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, I'm sure, is going to be coming soon. That's going to basically be like a head scan on a body. So that'll be cool. Right.
Yeah.
Very excited about that. There's a dude who's worked super hard and deserves it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Who else is in this posse? We got DJ Z. We got formerly known as Raul Mendoza.
Yes.
Cruz del Toro. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, you are absolutely right. Cruz del Toro.
Do they have a fourth?
I think Dragon Lee is the fourth. No.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, because it's Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee.
Yeah, Ray, Dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm begging you to watch the product, pal.
This is just another alternate version of the same feud that they've been doing for a while, but it's finally rehashed because we don't need Ray versus Dom 25. I'm just saying.
I loved their
feud was great, but I feel like it went too long.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's classic. It's classic telenovela stuff.
Bro, yeah, right.
It goes on for a very long time. I can understand an American audience not being all that stoked on it or being whatever. But not even just the match this year.
Listen, I'm good for a long storyline, but in my eyes, how many times can you do Ray versus Dom before it's just Ray versus Dom? And the first year was cool, and I thought it was going to culminate at that Mania where they faced off, but then they just kept going for it for almost another year. I'm like, okay, stop. We're good. Yeah. We get it. Like they had the blow-off match. Why are we still going with it?
Right.
What the hell?
Yeah. And that's why now they got to involve like 10 people and have Dragon Lee doing flips on the bodies and stuff like that. But I even loved their first match at Mania with the whole saga.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
2 years ago, it was super enjoyable, and it wasn't. I thought it was great. I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Ray guy. Yes, stem cells have rebuilt his knee. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it hasn't happened.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean. Like I'm not living in denial or nothing. But like, I thought that was great. Like I thought the drama of it was great. I thought the match was great. I thought the execution of both Aaliyah and Angie, Ray's wife, like they killed it. Like that's a wrestling family that is literally the business through and through and through and through. So I have to give nothing but respect to all the Mysterios on that one.
No, of course.
Them just involving all these other people is just another chapter. It's another chapter in the story.
Yeah.
We're only in chapter 3 of
the story never ends.
Yeah.
But while we're on break, I have to do my due diligence and
we got bills.
Give my spiel. If you're looking for the best business in the business, choose the financial stability of Wild LLC. Their fiduciary experts will turn even a monetary zero like you into a financial hero like them. Wild LLC, proud new owners of High Tension Wrestling.
So yes. Let's go. They're taking over. Let's go.
They're taking over everything.
Making moves.
They're making the moves.
Love to see it. Love to see
They're making the moves everywhere. Ethan Wild is taking over by storm.
Wild LLC arena. Love that
Ethan.
place. As long as they don't is that I don't know if that's the same place. I don't want to speak out of school.
Right,
About,
right.
The,
wanna speak
the,
out of
the,
school.
the mural of the wolf.
Oh, okay.
If you know, you know. We gotta save that. We gotta save that wolf mural at all costs.
Right.
It's like part of the charm, man.
Dude, we went to the to that show, Solar Slam at the Philomoka, and that was my first time being at that venue. Super
man.
small.
Yeah, I love
Super
it.
small.
It's
But
the
it was such a cool, like, even though there may have only been like 30 or 40 of us there, it felt like a fully packed crowd.
Oh,
How
yeah.
small the venue is.
Was that PWE?
No, so it was High Tension Wrestling and PWE Explosion presents Solar Slam.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing a PWE show, I want to say like in 2021 there.
Right.
Top Shelf Troy Nelson was on the show, and Alec Price wrestled Downtown Andy Brown. It was Alec Price wrestled Downtown Andy Brown
Right.
in the opener.
Right.
And then Top Shelf Troy Nelson wrestled Janai Kai.
Ah,
that was a lot of fun.
So
because they both got to do a bunch of fun like gymnastic stuff, but like watching Troy do it is very funny. So it was very cool, and I gave Troy some crafty brewhas for the road.
Nice.
Shout out to Off the Hop Rope in the archives.
Right.
And they totally, those Boston Cats hit the bricks at intermission because they had a long drive to get but PWE great, High Tension Wrestling great, totally support them any chance you get.
It looks like the King has made his presence known, and he asks, Kenny, have you gotten into Workday yet?
Into Workday? What's that all about? I don't understand.
So Wild LLC, it's a part of the whole thing that we've been trying to get into our Workday since the beginning of our ownership, and we have not gotten access. So he was asking you if you've gotten access into Workday from the Wild LLC yet.
I guess I have not. I guess hopefully that I think checks in the mail. Hopefully
we have to I think we have to let them know that you're
now that I'm officially part of the squad. Hopefully that'll be coming up soon.
We're still waiting for our benefits package, but I don't know if we're gonna get one.
Okay, well, hey, listen. I mean, these things take time. I know international shipping takes at least 6 to 8 weeks for delivery, which you have to, wait for once you've handed your credit card over an 800 number,
right?
Because it was blinking on the screen a bunch of times. With a big phrase that said "Call now."
Yeah. Ralph says Steve from HR dropped the ball again.
How is Steve even? I mean, Steve's a nice guy. I mean, you got to put food in your family. Trademark.
Of course.
Steve's a good guy, but we got to tighten up the screws a little bit. You know what I mean? We have to loose nuts and tighten those bolts up a little bit. You won't want to be falling apart. So we'll see.
So is it a 4-man tag right now? Is that
we got an 8-man monstrous tag.
8-man tag.
2 young up and coming superstars, Carlito and Rey Mysterio, are going at it.
2 up and coming stars.
To future of the business right here, 2003 coming at you. Ooh, Carlito, not a drop.
This whole match seems like a battle
Carlito
of the ages.
And Matt Cardona, not drop toe hold guys.
You have like the legends of like Carlito and Ray, and I would almost consider Finn not a legend, but like he's been doing it for a really long time.
Top guy for
established top guy. Versus kind of like the upstarts, like JD and Dom, JD Cruz. If that's even his name now, I don't even know what his name now is.
Cruz del Toro. I'm happy that he's in this crew and getting a shot with this because he's super underrated.
Oh, he's so talented.
He's
so
wrestler.
good. Yeah, he's so good.
There was an NXT house show in 2016 in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the Christmas City. Big Dan was not on the card, oddly enough. But, Raul Mendoza had a match with Johnny Gargano. At like peak Johnny Gargano being like the rad thing in NXT. And there were so many of those red Johnny Wrestling shirts.
Right.
And I just thought back, I just harkened back to all of the shows in Allentown and in Easton and wherever, being like Fist and Chucky T and Johnny Gargano and Icarus and them all getting booed out the Easton Funplex on a regular basis. And
Right.
now, brother comes home to be able to do the thing. It's like, I remember I had a tweet. They used to put like tweets about the show up on the
Right.
Tron before the show
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
And I remember pulling up in the parking lot, and as people walked past my car, I literally saw like 3 Johnny Gargano shirts in like less than 5 minutes.
Nice.
And I remember
Nice.
I tweeted that out. I was like, I've been in the lot for 30 seconds and have seen 3 Johnny Gargano shirts.
Right.
Eastern Pennsylvania is Johnny Wrestling Country. And he quote tweets it with just "Let's party,"
Right.
Because he knew, and he knows, and we all knew, and it was a cool, very cool homecoming. But Raul Mendoza did Toro Del Cruz, great wrestler, totally paid attention to everything,
absolutely,
because he's got the business happening, so he's got good stuff going on there. What is this duster thing Dom's rocking? It's the shirt. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like the shirt hangs over,
Cool.
his
He's
gear.
doing the old Kevin Nash, but around the waist.
Yeah. What's going on, Jacob? Welcome to the show. He says Raw was really awesome. WAP.
Whoa.
I'm gonna let that one go.
Hey now.
Hey now. This is a PG-ish show.
We're trying
to keep it sort of PG.
PG,
low PG. We're not on Netflix just yet. Come back to me in January.
Yeah.
Come back to me in January.
Yeah, I can't wait till. I wish I would love to see them once they get on Netflix. I would love to see them run back some kind of thing where like Karrion Kross comes out with some sort of like Road Warrior-esque shoulder pad,
right?
And then he unscrews the pad and like, I don't know, stab somebody in the eye with it. Like they run back that old like Road Warrior Dusty Angle.
It's so violent.
You know what I mean? It would be great. Like
it's
Netflix,
so extreme.
Like, but
so extreme.
Like, I remember seeing that when it happened live. Like I was very young at like my aunt's house watching wrestling on a very low volume.
Right.
And it was like, whoa! I was like, Dusty's bleeding. Whoa, crazy. So I would love to see them like run back that angle with somebody.
He got some air. Holy crap.
Yeah, they love to do that.
I just looked up and I just saw it.
Here's where they flip.
Get mad
here's
air.
Where they flip them. Geronimo. Whoop. Yeah.
Mad ups.
Yeah. DJZ's great. When there was a time when he was still Joaquin Wilde, aka DJZ.
Yes. So many names.
When he was designer of the original Ring of Honor logo. Fun fact.
Right. Okay.
They put out a contest to like design the Ring of Honor logo.
Oh yeah.
And he sent in like, something on his computer, and
nice.
They were like, all right, you won. So he was like, I don't know if I'll ever get to wrestle there, but I created the logo. So, but he was a Chicago guy for a very long time.
Right.
And there was a crew of luchadors. I want to say it was either Galley Lucha or, it was like basically very like closed off from the rest of the independent scene in Chicago.
Right.
But like DJZ would go there to work on his lucha stuff and then take bookings in Cleveland for AIW,
right,
and say, oh, you got to bring in some of these guys that I'm working with because they're nuts. And that's how the world got introduced to Gringo Loco. Because Gringo Loco was part of that crew. And through Gringo Loco coming into AIW and killing it for a long time,
right,
other people saw AIW and were like, I can take that guy and put him on my show. Yeah. And then once he started doing more shows, now it's like Gringo Loco's a big thing.
Right.
But he literally, first place I ever saw him was Cleveland, Ohio for AIW. And he was brought in because they worked with DJZ forever. And he was like, you got to bring this guy in.
Right.
So, it's really, Gringo Loco, awesome wrestler. Love to see him doing his thing. And always was good, but literally did it for 10 years behind closed doors on shows in front of like 30 people. And it's like insane. So it's you never know where you're going to find or see people or hear about something, or, if you go to a show, there's a certain super popular independent company that happened to run a couple of shows this weekend that I might have attended one of because they booked a really fun match I wanted to see. But most of the time, the shows that they put on are 2.5 match shows, in my opinion.
Right.
So like this one's good, that one's good. Oh, that one will be okay. And then once you see the stuff you want to see, you're cool to leave. You know what I mean? Like you're cool to beat the traffic. So
yeah.
So it's great to see people in small places get to big places, get to big places, get to big places.
Keep leveling up.
I mean, I will never forget seeing Big Dan and Orange Cassidy wrestle each other at the Phillipsburg Mall inside of a bombed out Foot Locker, for a couple hundred people. And like now, Orange Cassidy phenomenon. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
right.
It's always great. Like it's always cool to be like, man, I saw you wrestle for 30 people, and now they're like massive stars. So that won't ever get old for me.
Right.
So because there are people who will literally proudly be like, "Oh, I don't watch the indies. Ugh, I don't care about whatever." And it's like, dude,
tell anybody who
anybody
who asks, I tell them I just love wrestling.
Sure.
I was like, I don't care if it's WWE, if it's AEW, if it's ROH, if it's New Japan, if it's a local show. I love wrestling. Wherever it is, I will be. I was at the Seaside Boardwalk Saturday for Seaside Showdown 2.
Yeah.
That was just a free show on the boardwalk. And it was the most fun time I ever had. Like it was right outside of Beachcomber. And it was just so much. It was just such a cool little show. And it was so much fun. I went with one of my old friends I haven't seen in like forever, but I've known since like kindergarten.
That's what it is, man.
And we just went to a really fun show. Like I got burnt to a crisp. I have the biggest farmer's tan ever because I wore a tank top and I just didn't prepare. But that's okay. We just go with the flow. And yeah, I just had a really fun time watching a really cool like small show. Like it was just so much fun.
Sure.
I believe it was from Titan Championship Wrestling. I believe that's the promotion.
Yeah, Eastern, like Ocean County based.
Yeah.
Stuff down here,
Yeah, I met a whole bunch of them. Some that I'd already met from them doing the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Some that I hopefully got onto the podcast, got booked. Just
talking to business.
Dude, no, I just love and I'm not one to like. I still don't see myself as anything but a podcaster. Like I don't believe so much in like fame and stuff like that. But every once in a while, get recognized. To me, is still weird and still hard to get used to for me.
Oh yeah, sure.
Like starting to get recognized for doing things like this.
Right. I mean, and it's definitely funny. Like I remember going out to one of the LVAC shows for Halloween, and so I had just started listening to a podcast, Pod Van Dam, put out by the guys in Ohio.
Yeah.
And I'd been listening to it for a few months and I knew they were going to the show or whatever. So like I had known them, but they didn't know me. And so they're like a couple groups in front in line, like they're like a few people in front of us. And so I'm standing here and now it's Halloween show. So imagine I'm standing there in a full like Undertaker druid robe. Right. But I'm wearing skeleton gloves and a La Parka mask.
Oh, boy.
So you literally can't see anything.
Right.
I'm just like spooky dude, right?
Right.
And so there, I look up and I see where it's like they're holding the phone and like trying to get like a little bit of like the ghoul guy who's online for the show. So then I see him doing it, so I just walk up to him and then be like, "It's Bob Van Dam," and they're like, "Ah!" because they didn't know me, and I'm in full gimmick, and they were like, "Holy shit, he knows the show!" Ah!
Right?
So
yeah, that's great.
That, like they came to Pennsylvania, and like I just mess with them, and be like, "Oh, hey guys, it's Bob Van Dam," like, and they're like, "How does this weird scoop?" So like that was how I coined the spooky fake scary skeleton man nickname, which was pretty funny. That was like a show of nicknames, and that was one of them. So But yeah, exactly. Like they were flipped out with all of it.
So we have a commenter here, Jordan. What's going on, Jordan? He asks us, pick one pay-per-view to make a comeback: Armageddon, Unforgiven, Cyber Sunday, Judgment Day, Invasion, or Fall Brawl.
Ooh, okay. So
what do you got?
Cyber Sunday, probably number one with a bullet. Invasion, I don't really know what you would do, but that could be a lot of fun. And Fall Brawl kind of happens. Fall Brawl was typical with the War Games. They just call it War Games now.
Right. They just call it War Games. That's fair.
Armageddon, Unforgiven, Judgment Day are kind of just like, to me, they're sort of just like Affliction Era, create a PPV name kind of thing.
Right.
But so I would love for them to bring Cyber
back
Sunday with a bullet.
I would say I would even say bring back what was it? Taboo Tuesday. Those were fun. I thought those were fun and different. It was a different day.
That's what Cyber Sunday turned into.
They moved it, but I love the idea of it being on a Tuesday. It was different day. It wasn't Sunday.
Right.
It was a totally random day of the week. Like, I loved the concept.
Yeah. And when they talked about it, like, different podcasts of people in the know with the walnuts and the chestnuts and the lettuce and the tomatoes, when they talk about that stuff, they were just like, yeah, let's just throw it out there. Let's just see what happens. Let's just find out. Like, we have this audience. Let's see if we can convert them on a Tuesday. That's the same thing with like the old school This Tuesday in Texas, same type of thing.
Right.
It was an updated, like, hey, they buy shows this day, they buy shows that day. Let's see if it works on a Tuesday.
Right.
So that's one of those. But now, especially with social media being a thing and different comments and everything, it's not just like go to the website. I feel like there are so many more ways for them to be able to push whatever they could for the Cyber Sunday thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, there's a lot of really cool, again, it's just like, there's lots of really cool things that they could do and bring back that they could make great. Like they could bring back Battle Bowl for NXT and it would be awesome. Like they love, bringing back all those old WCW concepts and using them for NXT with like, Obafemi or whoever else is down there. So like, let's bring the Battle Bowl back. Let's bring back the lethal. Let's bring back the lethal lottery. Let's bring back spin the wheel, ladder.
Wow, yeah.
Like let's bring back every single one of those old WCW gimmicks and just run them back with NXT on a Tuesday or whatever. Like you own them, use them. You know what I mean? Like it's all of that stuff. Like I guess they don't care anymore, but like, I don't know, they're just leaving so much money on the table with not being able to like monetize history like that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not, like, I don't know, here's $1 billion idea for that company as if they need it.
Go.
Like, why don't they just make their own pro wrestling tees?
Oh.
And be like, oh, you like ECW? Oh, here's 25 print to order ECW.
Right. There
Oh, you want a Bash at the Beach shirt from WCW?
Here's Bash at the Beach from WCW.
Oh, you want the Spin the Wheel Make a Deal shirt?
Right.
Oh, you want the Crew shirt? Like, it's literally it's a website.
Yeah.
It's a website, and then you print the shirts to order, and then you send them out. Like, there's somebody in Connecticut's got to know somebody who makes T-shirts.
Right.
Somebody in Florida got to know somebody who makes T-shirts. Like,
Yep.
Cut me a check for that idea, pal. You know what I mean? Like,
Jordan with a really good one that I think I already know your answer to, but he says pick one to retire: Randy Orton or John Cena.
Oh man, let's go first, Sean. Please.
I mean, I want to
big double choke slam from the big.
I'm going to play, devil's advocate, but I would say Cena.
And it's going to happen faster.
Cena's going to happen, but I don't know. Again, we're on opposite teams on Orton, but I've always been an Orton fan, so I would not say Orton. I would say, like Ralph here says, like good old King Ralph here says, John Cena. Mind you, Ralph hasn't been a Cena fan for quite some time, so he's over the moon that Cena's when Cena came out at Money in the Bank and made his announcement. I had never seen Ralph glow any higher than when he said, "I'm going to retire."
Yeah, but it wasn't really a retire. It was, I'm a cash in for the next year, and then
for the next year, and then I'm done.
And then I'm gonna come back to hit some periodic pops here and there,
right?
When it works with my schedule. But like Randy is like Keith Richards at this point. It's like nuclear war, cockroaches, and Randy Orton. Like it's never gonna end. Like,
oh man,
it's it could have been Ron Waterman. It could have been Rico
He just re-signed too.
It could have been. Where's he going? What's
Orton
he
just
do?
re-signed.
Like, I mean, I've had this conversation. Like, there were times in the mid 2000s when Randy like should have totally got fired, but he got it was when they had the old 3 strikes and you're out wellness policy rule.
Yeah.
And it was like he had 2 strikes for being crazy person.
Right.
And then one of them was an injury. And then one of them was a disciplinary reason.
Right.
And it was like blah, 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 blah. And it was like, so what happens? Like Randy then goes to TNA.
Right.
Has some matches down there with those guys at the time, maybe goes over to New Japan, maybe, you know, links up with an aging Masahiro Chono.
Right.
You know what I mean? Something like that. Like, right. You know, he goes out and puts on some of those weird Japanese freak show matches that like Angle and Lesnar did in the 2000s.
Yep.
So who knows? Maybe Randy goes down to Mexico and him and Mark Jindrak become like the American heartthrobs and like top the business in Mexico.
Listen,
like,
Mark was supposed to be in Evolution before it was Batista. It was going to be Mark. It was going to be Mark, Orton, Ric Flair, and Triple H, but then it became Batista.
And then Mark Jindrak was bringing some lovely companions with him backstage, and they said, "Hey, pal, you ain't supposed to be dating somebody that hot. You don't need to be back here, pal.
You don't need to be back here."
So that was kind of that. So yeah, but anyway, like it's so yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, Cena's already been retired. Like he's been retired. He's already gone. He's whatever. Like the people who aren't here for it can just leave. Like, but I mean, he's another dude who doesn't get the respect that he deserves. Like, sure, is he a robot? Sure.
Is he a robot?
Obviously, like, has he got some weird thing going on? He's got a lot of weird idiosyncrasies, quirkinesses, things that have made him who he is as John Cena, sure. But he's also like, what was it? Performed the most amount of Make-A-Wishes ever in the history of
he was like the Make-A-Wish king.
Yeah, so like you can't really hate on him. And you know, if you're not here for the wrestling, I get it. But like I don't know. I can't wait to not have to deal with Randy ever. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like
you're gonna have to wait a long time for that.
I just,
but
it's over. It's just why.
Jordan with the good questions here. Jordan, thank you for being so interactive. Pick one to win a singles title in the future: Jay, Dragunov, Reed, Gacy, Gable, Otis, Javon Evans from NXT, or Kaiser. That's a loaded list there, sir.
All right. Well, I mean,
I would definitely
Dragunov's
say
been there, but does NXT UK still count?
I mean, I think the belts, you know, there was still history there that was remade.
Yeah,
I would love to see Gable have a belt. Yeah, Gable for
Kaiser
sure.
Are probably in the hunt, I'd say. I mean, Jey Uso is next level. Like he's on a level above.
He's on a whole level on his own.
Yeah, a whole other level with those other cats. I mean, Javon Evans will definitely be winning an NXT title
at some point.
North American champion at some point. I don't think they're putting a title anywhere near Joe Gacy. Nothing
not yet.
Him. It's just not for him just yet. He's got other things going on.
They need to build up. They need to build up Wyatt 6 first before they can give them any sort of belts, if at all.
They
don't even really need belts. So the Wyatt 6, they could just be,
yeah.
They could just be their spooky selves and not have a title at all, and just be menacing. Like they don't really necessarily need titles yet, if they even give them a title.
Ludwig Kaiser, he would be a excellent workhorse Intercontinental Champion if they still did that with that title. Like he would be a great guy to do a really fun, like swarmy heel meets technical wrestler who cheats,
right?
You know, type of thing. But I don't know if the modern WWE audience has got the patience for that.
Right.
My friends and I still call him Axel Dieter Jr.
Nice.
My friend Bill Bodkin, editor of the Pop Break and the Breakcast, lifelong wrestling friend of mine. He was a huge Progress fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing him watch Axel Dieter Jr. Do well. You know, he was always a guy who was like, oh, this guy Axel Dieter Jr. is really good. And he was like, you know, the only dude I knew watching Progress on a regular, being like, oh man, this Progress stuff's real good. It's cool.
It's cool.
But
so while we're on break, let me start some of our breaks for you guys to enjoy and for this guy to catch up on. Because if he's going to be a part of the OCP team, he also needs to be in the know of the Wild LLC.
You got to send me the copy of all of
Overlords.
these. I gotta get my official Opinion City email .biz.co.uk
biz.
email.
The first one is when they took over the show and we became the guest hosts.
So yes, so here we are, former hosts, and
how does it feel? That's what I want to know. That's the most important question.
I mean,
how does it feel?
I think it's a mixed bag. I would say
it's a little bit of a sting.
It's a bit of a sting, but also I understand the power of the Wild LLC a little bit. So I mean, it's a bit of a mixed bag for me.
I understand the power of the Wild LLC, but listen, this is my baby here. I have fostered this and grown this, and now I feel like that's been taken away from me a little bit, so it's a little sad. Obviously you can see there's been
some changes already.
There's been some changes in graphics, and so apparently the Wild LLC bought everything. Graphics
so literally
included.
Everything's included. Graphics, names,
drastic improvements, I'd say.
Significant.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And also, while we're still on break, Jordan back with another one. Jordan, keep these coming, dude. Pick the inaugural U.S. or IC champion. I'm assuming this is women. Sonya, Dakota Kai, when healthy. Michin, Lyra Valkyria, Alba Fire will be double champ. Zoe Stark, Kairi Sane, Maxine Dupree, or Ivy Nile. If they were going to bring in women's U.S. and a IC belts, who do you think out of that group would win it? First, inaugural.
Probably Maxine Dupree. I feel like she's
U.S. or IC. See,
let's go with the IC. Pal. Yeah, cool. Let's go Intercontinental. I mean, sure. They're good. I mean, I feel like Lyra Valkyria's got a lot going on. Excellent wrestler from Ireland who I had heard about before she came on board and went on actually kind of like a real crushing spree in NXT UK until she took on the legend Miko Satomura.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that was a thing, but I feel like Maxine Dupree is sort of like the hot hand. You'd love to see Michin get some love in there. She's been wildly underutilized, I feel.
Right. Yeah.
What about you, Sean?
It's hard because I have to choose both inaugurals for both. I would think it would be cool if they made Kairi Sane the U.S. champion inaugural. You would think I would say Ivy Nile, but I think Kairi Sane would be a fun one. She would get a huge pop for that. I know she would. And IC champ, oh my god.
Yeah, I feel like Ivy Nile, there's a lot in Ivy Nile chasing a belt.
Yeah.
I feel like
I can see her doing the chase, but not the actual win. I'm also a huge Alba Fire fan, but I'm also a huge Isla Dawn fan, which isn't on the list. So I would give her IC title. I love Isla Dawn so much. Her and Isla both are killing it right now. And yeah, definitely that one. Jordan also asked, do y'all think Julia will beat Roxanne or at least debut at No Mercy?
Roxanne's no longer champ, I guess. I'm not super tight on the NXT.
I haven't been really following NXT either.
So
I've been here and there.
I mean, if Julia's debuting, Julia's winning.
I know that she signed, but she got hurt. But right, she signed, or before she got signed, she had hurt.
Whatever her first match is, she's winning.
Right. There's just no questions about it. It's just she's winning the match. That's it.
She's really good too.
Oh yeah, I've heard nothing
wrestler.
but yeah. I've heard
I'm
amazing things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not watching Stardom necessarily, but I'm listening to podcasts by people who do, and if universally unconnected people who are just watching her and saying yes, she's good, she deserves it, she stays. Right. Then they got to know what they're talking about. So
yeah. See, this trio I think is cool, but I don't like their name. Whoever they came up with their name is really dumb.
They
What is it?
It's not quite the same brain
the-
freeze that came up with
the-
Chili McFreeze and Fang
The Pro
McFrost.
Fusion Collective, which I don't even understand what that even means.
They'll figure it out.
But Jordan did add that PFC is like KFC without the chicken, whatever that means.
They'll figure it out. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, the Red Hot Chili Peppers is a dopey band name until you've heard it for 5 years, and then
Yeah,
you're like, oh
and
yeah,
now they're
okay,
just
I guess
legends.
it's
Yeah,
fine.
now they're
Yeah,
just
now
like
it's
it's
whatever.
just legendary.
You know what I mean? So it's
But
like
I just don't see the
I
PFC
don't
being
like
a
the name of
legendary
this,
group
whatever,
name.
but,
I
we'll
just don't
see.
see it. I don't see it getting
Is Sonya
any traction.
wrestling, or is she's okay? This is a tag match with Sonya. Okay.
She is back wrestling, but right here she's just
right
being
here
ballet
she's just
for the
with
But
Zoe.
yeah, she is
and,
back. She has returned
the
wrestling.
reigning and not defending AIW Women's Champion Shayna Baszler, who is still in possession of the belt, by the way. She.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow. There you go.
Yeah, I would hope that she would come back and defend it at least once. That would be awesome.
Right.
So, but we'll see.
But while we're
We'll see
also
that.
here and while we're on another break, because they love to give us breaks back to back.
Well, fired up.
I didn't say it earlier because I wanted to give Kenny his big grand announcement. But if you haven't joined us yet, join the Discord, join our community. There's the QR code right there. Screenshot it, take a photo of the camera, use your QR code apps, whatever the hell you got. You can talk all things opinions after the show or whenever you want. You can talk wrestling, talk hot takes, talk movies, TV shows, food, because we're big foodies. Whatever. If you have opinions, we are Opinion City. That's where you can give us your opinions and your hot takes and all that fun stuff. Do it before it goes away right now. Join the Discord. This guy's on Discord. I know he is there.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't say much, but he's there.
That's right. I'm out there. I'm out in these streets.
He's out there, out in these streets.
I'm getting targeted ads for pumpkin spice protein powder.
I saw that. I saw your post. I saw that.
Wild.
Targeted.
I don't think I've ever been that seen before in my life. Crazy.
Targeted. Get out there.
Oof. Right on my soul. Right on my soul.
Right in my soul.
So this weekend I got to see one of the greatest match that Brett Lauderdale is ever going to book in the history of his entire booking career.
Oh yeah, what's that?
That's Ultra Mantis Black versus Danhausen.
Nice. Yeah, I heard about
awesome.
that. Was it awesome? Yeah.
It was a lot of
I
fun.
can only imagine.
They did the classic, like, okay, bell rings, and then they circle, and then they circle, and then they lock up, and then, what I mean? They lock up and then it's more like funny looks and stuff.
Right.
And, it's looks and points and weird things. And then they finally wrestled and stuff. And it was very cool.
Right.
And it was a lot of fun. Danhausen was out there in his Hitmanhausen black and pink
Nice.
gear.
Love that. I love that.
Mantis out in his pay-per-view black and silver looked very shiny for the live streaming worldwide audience.
Yeah.
It was very cool. And then hoping he was able to catch his friend's pissed jeans over at the Anchor Rock Club who happened to be playing across town. So I'm hoping he was able to slide out of there as fast as he could so that he could go catch his friends across town.
We had the opportunity to actually finally interview Ultraman Black during the Royal Rumble. That was a lot of fun.
Yes.
We got to interview two names that were on our bucket list that
big heavy hitters
that night. Yeah. One being Ultraman Black, as we said. The other one being Hollow Wicked. He is just the nicest dude. Just the nicest dude. Rock the shirt.
No more. There's nothing more you can say.
Glory of Nazbaudun. He was just
all glory.
There was such a cool all glory. Always and forever.
Forever. Hollow Wicked forever.
Serious, dude. He's such a. We even told him to his face, and he kind of like couldn't see him gush, but I'm pretty sure he felt the gush. Yeah. Like how much he's a legend in the business. Like he may not realize it, or he may or may not, but he's like become this legendary figure in the indie wrestling world. Like he's just a legend.
Very much as you mentioned, as you hear people like people speak in high regard of people like Jerry Lynn or Jimmy Rave or I just had one and lost it. But like Reckless Youth.
There you go.
Where it's like these are guys who are literally like independent legends who never like got their just due on the grandest of grand scales, but are, you know, so important and have their fingerprints on all different aspects and all different reaches and places in different places of the business. So Orange Cassidy was just quoted in an interview about how he would love to see both Wicked and Mantis in Jacksonville. So
nice,
you know,
dude.
I mean, I sent that over to TK. I did a little tweet to TK and was like, hey boss, big fan, you know, this would be really cool. We'd love to see this, pal. You know, trying to be like, you know, the opposite of everybody else in that dreaded application. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure
dude, if they
he gets a billion pieces of nonsense all day. So it's like, you know, you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, pal.
If they ever signed Wicked and Mantis to a TV deal, man,
just come in, just put them on TV.
Freak out.
Put them on TV. Watch the internet go nuts. Then sign them to
the internet would have a meltdown.
You know what I mean?
It'd have a meltdown. Man, just bring the whole Special Envoy. Have them debut on one of the big shows, dude.
Yeah. Frightmare rips too. Frightmare rules.
Yes.
Frightmare rules so hard.
Yes.
Frightmare is another dude who's invented so many rad things that people just bite and rob and steal. You know what I mean? And it's just like, let's go. Let's get all them dudes back on TV. Like it's like when 3-6 Mafia won that Grammy for Hustle and Flow.
Yeah,
like they're still having that Grammy party to this day. Like that would be like a lot of our friends if, you know, Wicked and Mantis were like, yeah, we're just gonna have you guys be regular fixtures on television from here.
Right.
Out, you know?
Dude, yes.
Especially when especially when all that Dark Order stuff was going down. At least in the beginning,
dude,
it was like, I was like, what?
If you had Special Envoy versus Dark Order, oh my god.
No, I was like, let's cut some weight on whoever these Dark Order guys are.
And I got
your real Dark Order right here, pal. They've been doing this act for 12 years, and they happen to be known by a bunch of prominent people in your company. Like, I got your Dark Order right here, but hey, it's all working out well, and things are good. And we want good things to happen to good people.
Yes, always,
as many
always.
as possible. So,
but yes,
this is wild. We have both Kairi Sane and Io Sky on the same turnbuckle. Wow. So Io did the moonsault to the outside the same time that Kairi Sane dropped the big elbow off the same turnbuckle in the ring. That was intense.
That's why I love Kairi Sane and Io Sky. They're nuts. They're literally they're great.
They're
amazing. They're nuts.
The one I didn't have access to seeing Lucha Underground when Lucha Underground was a thing.
Right.
Remember when that was a whole phenomenon? The one episode that I went out of my way to watch was when Kairi Sane, Io Sky, and I believe it was Mayu Iwatani were like the Black Roses, and the three of them for one episode invaded and attacked Pentagon. And I was like, yes, I am here for this.
Right.
So that was like the one episode I went out of my way for. Oh, it's your boy.
Yep, that's why I'm being sort of quiet.
It's your boy. Don't call me Bo. Don't call me Bo. Don't call me Fall Down Man, pal. Doomsday is coming. Doomsday is happening. I hope you are building your bunker. I hope you are filling it with canned, non-perishable items to survive the apocalypse. It is coming to you, and it's coming to all of us. You get better prepare. You better prepare, for the day is coming that will end all of you, except for the chosen ones who have made sure to stock up on their non-perishable food and their astronaut ice cream to survive. For the day of reckoning is here. How long is this promo gonna go on for?
I'm
How
trying to
much
listen and
longer
you're
do I
throwing me
have to
off.
talk about canned food
You don't
and
have to talk about
preparing for
canned food.
devastation?
You can let it go.
It's coming. The devastation is coming for
You can
all
let
of
it
us.
go. Just let it go.
It's coming. You gotta get your bottled water. You gotta dig a really big hole. You gotta have your non-perishable food items. You gotta have reading material that's printed on paper, books. You can't be worried about electricity. Yeah. That's right, because it's coming. Oh, see, they keep doing those things. I think it's ending,
Save your
but it
breath.
keeps going
Save your breath.
on.
Save your breath.
Oh, there it is, the evil laugh. There it is. Okay. Nope. Come on, bro.
This is one of the best ones that they've done so far because it's been actually a long story. Like some of them are really short. Just that was good. That was good. I was trying to listen to it, but I was so like only hear your canned speech in my ear.
A doomsday prep.
Your doomsday prep canned speech.
Ugh.
Ralph even said best Wyatt 6 video yet. I was trying to listen, but I was distracted by the canned food speech. The canned food speech.
Uncle Howdy's got a real big hole in his basement and wants to make sure everybody is well prepared for the reckoning that is coming.
Oh man,
he's got some great ideas on lots of other stuff.
Speaking of the reckoning,
oh, there's the man, Drew McIntyre.
I'll show
Here's
part
business
2
just picked up, pal.
of the Wild
Trademark
LLC
sassafras.
Espionage or Wild LLC ongoings during this break. Part 2 it actually involves this show right here.
And I know that tomorrow you're hosting as well. You got that memo, right?
Well, yes, we do a Monday Night Raw live stream on Monday nights on the YouTube channel. I believe it'll also be on our Facebook and Twitter as well. So we do that on Monday nights.
Yes,
that was the schedule of the previous host.
Yes.
And you think that that's yours still?
I mean,
I mean, it's somebody's. I know that. I'm quickly learning that nothing's mine anymore.
Yeah,
so.
right.
You'll get And also, just so you know, when you do that, one of us just might hop in to chaperone and make sure that you are behaving. So
yeah. Which, in one of the next breaks, you will see that one of them did, in fact, invade a Chillin' with the OC to check in on myself and the King, Ralph.
Oh, man. It's wild.
It is wild. It is the wild of OC. It is the corporate overlords of the Opinion City podcast. That sounds mean. No. Ethan will probably have a fit. Our bosses,
our esteemed leader,
our esteemed leader,
our fearless champion and steward, our beacon of light.
Hopefully champion. He's
our answer to the questions of life.
At the end of SummerSlam, he challenged current HEW television champion Philly Mike to a match for the title September 8th. I believe Phantom 6 Wrestling.
Well, Philly Mike better shine that title up real nice because it's coming to the home to the LLC where it belongs, pal. Like I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Philly Mike, Philly Joe, Philly Steve, Philly Brandon, whatever.
All the above.
It's going to be Philly Ethan when it's all said and done.
Philly Ethan, that's good. Philly Ethan.
I don't know. He's probably going to cut me for that one.
Right.
Your first show, he's going to fine me $25,000.
See, Henry, what's up? Shoot, shout out. He's asking us, are you doing on your best behavior? We're trying.
Behavioral.
We're doing our best.
I hope so.
We're doing.
I hope so.
Listen, we're doing our best. Listen, we know. I know
it's a long
that one of them is always watching their assets and make sure that their assets are doing what they need to be doing. So I'm sure one of them's watching this right now, making sure that we're
plugged in, we're
doing their due diligence to make sure that we're doing our due diligence.
Yeah. They got investment to protect here. They got to make sure we're doing good business. Okay, we can't be sullying the name of Wild LLC. We got to make sure we're shining it up real nice and making sure everybody knows it's the place to be.
Yes. Also, I knew what you meant to say, Henry. That's why I didn't mess up and copy your misspelling. I knew what you meant. I got you.
Uber's naming arenas now, apparently.
Oh yeah.
Brutal.
Uber Platz.
Oh, it's in Germany. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's Bash Berlin. Yeah,
Gotcha,
it's this Saturday actually. Bash Berlin. It's at 1 p.m.
Yeah, Miz got a match. Sweet. There's a sports entertainer, pro wrestler for you.
What, Miz?
Michael Mizanin. Sure, he can do it all.
Oh yeah.
Top guy, comedy guy, tag guy, host guy.
He can do anything. Miz can do anything. Miz
right,
literally. You ask him to do something, he will do it to the best of his ability.
He'll take that media call at 4 a.m. Sure.
Yeah, why not? I've been loving this heel work by Drew. I've been loving this new heel Drew that just does anything in all ways to bash CM Punk or bash anybody for that matter.
Yeah, he's been crushing. He's been crushing for a very long time now. He's really put it all together. Love very much me and the aforementioned Bill Bakken from the Pop Break and my other buddy Christian Wagner. We've got a little chat going on about how rad Drew McIntyre is and all of the stuff that he's got going on.
Did you see?
The things that he does. It's been very good.
I think he did it at the Fanatics Fest, but they did the whole entrance way where you can do your own entrance, and he did CM Punk's entrance. It was the best. It's hilarious. God, so funny.
Maybe this will be good. Strap match. I don't know. It's funny because
awesome.
It's like
I can't wait.
All of the work going into it, I didn't see the actual match, but all the stuff leading up to it was really good, and people were like, "Yeah, this match can be great." And then universally, everybody was like, "This match was awful." Because
I thought it was a pretty great match. I don't know. I thought it was pretty damn good.
They said, well, it's not that the match wasn't very good, but it was written poorly. Let's put it that way.
I don't know if it was written poorly. I just think the fact that it's about a bracelet.
That's what killed it for a lot.
That's what's sort of killing it for me. Is that if it wasn't about a bracelet, I would be cool with it. But it's literally about a bracelet, and I'm like, okay. See, Henry, have you guys ever
had
seen
two guys just like being in a great does it need why do we need I don't understand why we need the bracelet. Like we had a great thing going on before the bracelet, and then now it's like, oh, we're just gonna pivot and do the thing, and that's that. So
See, Henry asks if we've ever seen Drew live, and I believe I have. Couldn't tell you what show though. Don't remember what show I saw Drew live, but I think I did see Drew live one time. I feel like it was at Extreme Rules 2019, I think.
I saw Drew McIntyre at the Maryland Championship Wrestling Arena in May of 2015 in Joppa, Maryland. He wrestled not once, but twice on a show booked by NXT producer Gabe Sapolsky for a company called Evolve, rest in peace. WWE owns all of their shows and refuses to put any of it up on the Peacock network for reasons. Anyway.
See, Henry says the reason why he asks is because Drew is huge in person.
Massive. And let me tell you, he was massive. I mean, he the only guy on that show I think he wasn't head and shoulders taller, bigger than was Chris Hero.
There you go. That makes sense.
I want to say it was some kind of like Hero wrestled Zack Sabre Jr., which is why I went to the show.
Right.
And then Drew was in a match with someone I do not remember. And then there was some kind of kerfuffle where it was like Drew and somebody against Hero and somebody in the main event or whatever. Which is like a Gabe trope. You know, for all of y'all folks who worship at the altar of Gabeism, that's a trope. So but anyway, that was one of the times I saw Drew before he went back to the Fed, before he
Mhm.
went back to the old Titan Sports.
The old Titan Sports.
89 represent. So but that was the thing. Drew's been great. I mean, I actually went back and I listened to his episode of The Art of Wrestling with Cole Cabana recently.
There you go.
Just because with all the stuff going on in the feud with Drew and Punk, I wanted to be like, I was like, he did an episode with Cole Cabana, didn't he? And it was right when he got released, because that was Cabana's MO, was to get guys as soon as they were released at the peak of them being hot. Not necessarily so they could talk about like being released or slag the company or slag people or whatever, but to basically, I guess, to help Colt get through his own issues with being released as Scotty Goldman back in the day. So it was always like, it was a very like, we're great to see you. We're great to see you be out there on the scene. We're great to see you do all these things, because a lot of people, just in your situation, they get released and then you never see them ever again. And it's good for you to be, back out there and back doing it and all that kind of stuff. So it was, I mean, pretty, going back and listening to it now, I mean, wildly tame interview. Him and Sheamus and Wade Barrett all like coming up at the same time. And basically all of them, making it. So great thing. But he's always been a good dude to put it all together. Was part of one of the wildest matches I've ever saw at Extreme Rules 2014 as We LC.
Yes, I was there for that.
Swoggle versus
I was there for
El
that.
Burrito.
Yes.
Peak of 3MB with Swoggle coming out in the leather and the AJ haircut. Oh, we got the back bump. We got the backbiting, back jumping, rule breaking baby face jumping through the crowd. Phil from Chicago trying to get after it. Hitting him with the strap, rolling around. Are those white shoes or pink shoes? I can't
tell. I'm trying to see, but I can't.
Yeah. Big sneakerhead.
Said that Wade Barrett is huge in person as well.
Oh yeah, Wade Barrett, massive, and like honestly, one of the greatest catchphrases of the last 20 years.
Oh, dude, yes,
was so good that
I
they had to
Bad
pump
News
the brakes
Barrett.
on him, because he would have literally been
Barrett.
world champion on like Roman levels if they wanted to really go with him.
Bad News Barrett was such a gem. It was, and it was just gone too soon.
Those are pink shoes, by the way. Those shoes are pink.
They're pink.
So,
I had no problem with that.
With that red, white, and blue number on his on the shirt. Oh, here comes J&J Security to break it up.
Yellow
local talents breaking up the fracas.
It's pink on the top and then yellow on the sole.
Yeah, yellow, white sole.
Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. He's a little early for October, but whatever. Whatever, pal.
Give him the old strap. I'm always curious, and I always try to look for it now. Not on purpose, but like I just looking back. I always just look to see if I know any of like the security.
Sure.
Like I was see
local,
if like see if I know any of them.
Yeah, and it's also cool. Like what city are they in?
Right.
Are they local? Stuff like that. You'll recognize more and more people. Like, I listened to the Major Wrestling Figure Pod, and they constantly bust Mark Sterling's balls about how he did extra work against the Viking Raiders one time.
Right. Yes.
And it was the Viking Raiders versus Mark Sterling and Channing Stacks Lorenzo.
Oh my God.
Before he was like anything. He was just like an extra dude.
Yep.
And they got squashed in like 90 seconds, and they talked about how like there was no way Mark was going to be able to take the Vikings finish.
Right.
So like he took one move and like powdered out of the ring, and then at one point Lorenzo came over to Mark and was like super nervous and was like breathing and huffing and puffing and like not able to do anything, and like Mark had to calm this dude down, which is very funny.
That's great.
And then like they did their thing. That was it.
Right.
So but they constantly like just goof on him about his little match with the War Machine, which is very funny.
Yeah.
So
but once again, we are just going through all these breaks. this has been so much fun just to be able to talk to Kenny here.
Yeah, it's been having a good time. I've been having a good time, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Actually, we are back on the break with the main event. Main event himself. You're a little bit behind, but main event Jey Uso is on the screen.
Yeet.
I've been loving this whole camera angle where they come from the crowd and back out. I love the whole one shot following camera thing that they do.
Yeah,
I love it. I love that they're trying new things with the camera angles and
25 years overdue.
Right.
About time. It's great to see that they finally got somebody, in their 30s, maybe. Like, I'm hoping, like mid 30s, early 40s, doing this stuff. Like,
this is usually the part of the show where Ralph brings up his no yeet, but I would do it for him because he commented on it. Ralph is a no yeet person. He is not a fan of the yeet. That's for you, Ralph.
That's fine.
I know you're no yeet.
No yeet. That's cool.
No yeet. He is of the no yeet.
Can I be a meh yeet?
Can I be a meh yeet? Yeet?
Because I'm like,
you feel like yeet? Like, I don't know. Well, you're not a big fan, but you're a fan.
Is Jim Musso doing anything these days?
He's still out. I think they're
what?
saving him.
Is he out? Has he hurt his elbow or something?
He had a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken. But
okay.
They also had them write him off by having Solo beat the holy hell out of him.
Okay.
So, but I think they're saving him for once Reigns is back.
Cross is gonna actually wrestle, bro. What?
Oh, he's been
Karrion
wrestling.
Kross doesn't wrestle. He just talks.
He's been wrestling, but the problem is they have him with this really doofy group that's not going anywhere.
Stop it. He doesn't wrestle. It's as my friends have said, soon to be named network.com, soon to be named network.tumblr.com. Karrion Kross is in a posse. He's in a 5-person posse with 3 managers.
Right. Right.
What are we doing here, pal? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Yeah.
Drew McIntyre, you know what the Authors of Pain did when they got released?
What?
Nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And then they tried to put together a super indie show.
Didn't they try to do a show and then they got canceled?
It failed super bad, and like people were really mad because they were like very mad.
They tried doing the whole show and
So Drew McIntyre comes back to the company, did everything Drew McIntyre that we talked about earlier when Drew's segment was here, came back as on top of the world because he went out and loved it and wanted it, killed it, crushed it, did everything.
Yep.
Also, Pain, get released, do nothing, come back, do nothing. Opinion City.
Opinion City.
I said it. Me.
Right.
Yeah, me.
But we're on break, so let's
home in my couch.
Show you the time that Ethan did, in fact, raid Chilling with the OC with myself and King Ralph.
So, like any good executive, just calling in, just looking to see how my assets are doing. It looks like, Ralph, you've decided to re-crown yourself several times over.
Indeed. I was.
When did you change my name? When did you change my name?
No, he didn't. Look at what Sean did. He's the number one Keanu James
I had
fan.
It as something for him to see, and you changed it on me. When did you do that?
What are you talking about? I'm trying to run a legitimate show here.
We will punish you by rechristening you the number one sexy red fan.
Yeah, right. So you missed our we talked about Wild LLC a little earlier.
Give him Give him the spiel.
We'll give him the spiel. Listen,
promo.
So you are seeing right now
so far
the Chief Executive Officer of Wild LLC, Dr. Ethan Wild here, and of course, the show is presented by Wild LLC. When you are looking for the best business in the business, choose the financial stability of Wild LLC. Their fiduciary experts will turn even a monetary zero like you into a financial hero like them. Wild LLC, your path to the top. Yeah.
You two are making me feel really confident in our capital investment.
Yeah, there's something here.
Yeah, man.
Whoop.
There
it is.
We impressed him with our little spiel that we do every time we do the show.
Wonderful.
We gotta impress him somehow. We gotta let him know that.
Hey, listen, boss has got to know.
Even though he took us over, we're still gonna do our due diligence on our part.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it.
Got to make sure the boss is happy, man.
Gotta do it.
Got to do
it. Johnny and Autumn says, I got Jay winning this matchup, this triple threat. This is the first of the IC qualifier matches.
We got Jay, we got Karrion Kross, and who else?
And Mr. Kingston, Kofi Kingston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Kofi and Jay versus Karrion. I see Jay winning. I think it's going to be... I think Jay's going to win the first one. I feel like Miz might even win the second one.
Let's hope so.
Or Woods, because I think Woods deserves it. I think Woods is such an underrated wrestler.
He's awesome. Great wrestler.
I've been a Woods fan for the longest time. I think he's very underrated. I think he's one of the top guys that should be a top guy.
Yeah. But I mean, he's like work rate intercontinental cat. They just released a cool mashup of figures of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
And both Kofi and Woods are involved in the line. Yeah. They're both mashed up as turtles, which is very cool.
They wore the gear that was inspired by it last week. They wore their gear that was based off of the figure.
Which
it was cool. It was dope.
Fun fact, the figures were made first. So they had to be like, oh, let's get gear made so we can actually make it canon now. Okay.
Right.
So they like sort of worked backwards on that one, which I thought
What was one of your favorite New Day gears? Because I already have one in mind automatically because I'm a nerd.
Well, yeah, I mean, they went hard. I mean, I love the Mania entrance where they came out of the cereal box.
That was cool, but I loved the Power Rangers inspired green and White Ranger gear.
That's a great
that
one.
They wore kind of, I think, right, if not soon after he passed away. They came out and rocked the gear. I was like, yes, love it.
Good.
Yeah.
I have they made a set. I mean, they made tons of New Day figures, but the set that I have of the three of them in matching gear is like it's like a bluish, pinkish, purplish. Woods came with two heads, one where his hair's in braids like Jesse Ventura, like the classic Jesse Ventura braids, but it's like Woods has got his blonde braids. He looks like Stevie Wonder. It's like my Stevie Wonder Woods head, so that's a good one. That's like my three like matching New Days that I have. Like if I'm gonna pose the three of them as a posse, that's like the three that I have. I love their they had really good Christmas gear. That was very cool. The red and green with white stuff, but they're big gearheads. They're big figure guys. They love getting new gear. They love changing it up and being colorful and stuff like that. I remember seeing the New Day on a live event like before they were the New Day.
Right.
And I remember them seeing them in a 6-man. I mean, we're talking before because I remember literally like this was back when you would just tweet Triple H and be like, pull the trigger already, bro. Like they're ready. Put them on television. Why are you, let's make money,
stalling?
Pal.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? And then that was, then they started, I guess, maybe a month or 6 weeks later with like the vocal chorus, gospel chorus thing, which
I was saying, like they were, if you remember, New Day was going to be a very different faction before they became the positive New Day that we now know them as.
Mm-hmm.
They were almost going to be like a very serious, like almost Nation of Domination kind of faction.
Yeah, inspired by it. Very and another one. It's funny. I think it's either same show around. Maybe it was a year or two earlier. I got to see one of the 8 weeks where Cesaro was a yodeler.
Oh wow!
On a live event. Yeah, I was like, and I popped huge for it. I didn't care because I was like,
wild.
Cesaro,
That's wild.
Like I didn't care, but I got to see the yodeling Cesaro for
that's wild
for a bit, which is pretty funny. There's a episode of the New Day podcast that I have saved in my queue for like that rainy day when you just need to laugh for 10 minutes.
Right.
And it's titled Big Money Kofi Has Come to Collect.
Nice.
And they're talking about doing impressions. And they're all sort of like passing the mic going around. But then Big E goes, well, that was pretty good, Woods. And, I'm okay myself. But we all know Kofi's got the best one. So if you want to bless us with one, bless us with one, Kofi. And he immediately goes into Jamaican Kofi Kingston. And it's the funniest
That's
thing.
amazing.
It's the funniest. It's still out there on the New Day pod, in the archive. The episode's called Big Money Kofi's Come to Collect.
Yeah.
And it basically is him talking about, like, in this Jamaican accent, about how, people didn't understand that he was just playing a character on television. And then, like, as he's explaining it, he almost kind of turns heel a little bit. And the guys start laughing and they're like, oh man, this has got to be you when you're like 60 and can't take bumps anymore. And like, you're out there just being a manager, like just doing this,
doing this the whole time. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And in fact, I built a little representation of this.
Oh, geez.
That I would like to show you. Hang on for 1 second.
No, you're good. But I did see your comment, Zeus. What's up, Zeus Gaming? AEW All-In was amazing here in London. Were you at the show live? How was the experience? If you're here, I would love to hear your AEW All-In experience and how it was live.
Let me get my stuff on here correctly.
You're good.
Is that right? That was right. Yeah.
Almost right, maybe. Right.
There we go. So here we go. I got him in the little ring, but
all right. I want to see.
Big Money Kofi Kingston.
Nice.
Has come to collect.
That's great.
Right.
I love that. That's awesome.
He's got the jacket. He's got the glasses.
Nice. He's
got the teal title.
Yeah.
The unmarked microphone. The thick boom boom Jamaican accent. The glasses.
Love it.
All right.
It's amazing.
You now want to be grateful for your boy who want to come here and entertain all of you. The best. Kofi's man. So big money Kofi Kingston has come to collect, and a big laugh for all of them. So one day I have one of his they did a line called The Decade of Domination, where they put out a bunch of talents who were with the company for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So Natalia, there was a really cool Natalia in that set, and there was a great, Bo Kofi Kingston that I kept in package. So one day, hopefully I get to meet him, have him sign it, and literally just talk to him about that episode.
Right.
And then we can go back and forth in our little Jamaican accents and have a good laugh and all of that good stuff. That will be a lot of fun. Like, yeah, Kofi. Yeah.
Meeting,
Wrestling world champ, whatever. This one podcast you did. Hilarious. You know what I mean? Like,
Ralph met Kofi after Raw the night he debuted, says Ralph.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Sick.
That's very cool. Very fresh Kofi. My favorite will still forever will be the in-ring promo where Triple H calls him out for not doing his accent. That's still probably my favorite promo of DX and Kofi from Survivor Series, where he's like, wait a minute, I have a question. Matter of fact, I have a problem. Oh, you're supposed to be Jamaican, and I just love the delivery on that is amazing. The no response Kofi, where Kofi just stands there like mouth like a jaw like, oh, he caught me. I love oh god, what a great way to just end the accent. Just like say, oh,
whoops,
like, my bad, broke the fourth wall.
Plump, plump. But only when it works in Paul's favor.
Well, that's like what happened with I enjoyed Kofi's because it was like more like a joke, but it ended up just working out. What confused me was when Lana was in WWE, and she just went from Russian to no accent, like without any sort of like explanation of characters. Like, oh, it's just the accent's gone, and I'm like, but how do you explain that? Just explain that why the accent is just gone. There's no explanation. You just I went from Russian to just I'm American now. There was just no question. No,
Sure.
just-
I mean, and that's just like, the top layer of the onion.
Right.
Anybody who's, watched for a while and wants to try and figure out how to weave together the theme of Kane's career.
Right. I'm the biggest Kane buff, so I'm sure I can tell you.
Right. You know
I'm
what I
the
mean?
biggest Kane buff.
It's literally been nothing but like he 12 years of random nonsense, like his whole career of random nonsense. Like there's nothing that makes any sense. Like here it is, here's what he does here, and then 6 months later he's doing this, and then six
Right.
months later he's doing that, and then six months
Right.
later it's doing something else wildly bonkers. Like it's all out of control. So
C. Henry says this may sound crazy, but it seems that Cross's character went downhill years ago when he lost to Jeff Hardy on Raw when he was the NXT champion.
yeah, you nailed it right on the head, pal. You're a champion and you're losing to mid-card Jeff Hardy. Like Jeff Hardy legend, but like who booked the match? Why is it even happening? Why is Jeff Hardy losing? And if Jeff Hardy's not losing, why is the match happening?
Right.
Like, what are you doing? Like, it's like, I don't know. It's so weird. You literally have a blank canvas.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have a locker room, they're people, they're human beings, they're pro wrestlers.
Of course.
And in this sense, they're puzzle pieces.
Yep.
And like you put the puzzle pieces together to make something on this blank canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. People say they're like fans of the fundamentals, and people say they love the old Jim Crockett stuff, and people say they love psychology, and then people say that they love all these things, and then they get a chance to produce stuff and make it happen, and it, for some reason, just isn't.
Right.
Dude,
See, for me, Cross's character went downhill when Vince decided, hey, we're going to give you a gladiator mask. That to me, I was like, all right, that's the end of Cross right there. That's the death of Cross right there.
But I mean, how many times has he been relaunched? 4?
They've tried
5?
multiple times now. Multiple times.
I mean, how many, like we're talking stop starts, we're talking water on, water off. We're talking see if this works, see if that doesn't work, see if this works, see if that doesn't work. Like, I don't know. I mean,
I think the problem is he's done so many stop starts that when he does sort of make a comeback, it doesn't seem believable because he's just gonna get stopped again by something.
There's this thing that you can do where you give a guy all of the bells and whistle. You get you present a talent with all of the fancy bells and whistles of the music and the entrance and the lights and the smoke and the catchphrase or whatever.
Yep.
And then you, I don't know, book him to squash dudes 8 weeks or 10 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And then people start believing that the dude's an actual monster, and then maybe sprinkle in a name or two and be like, oh, this guy's piling up some wins.
Yeah.
I should take this dude seriously. He's got a real devastating clothesline.
Yeah, right. Whatever it is. Right.
And it's like, again, this is real basic stuff that people who have watched or paid attention or care or wanna whatever, it's real easy for us to do this at home. We're losers.
Right.
I understand. You know what I mean? We're not involved in the business. I totally get it. I'm fair criticism to anybody saying all of that right now.
Yeah.
But like, it's also not reinventing the wheel to people who, recognize storyline and character development and how to build somebody and, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then you have him kick Bret Hart and have him, end a Legend's career for no reason.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. So
fun fact though, I actually got to see.
Shocking! Jey Uso won the match, and everybody yeeting.
I think
it's one big party, Ralph. You don't want to go to a party and everybody yeeting?
No, he's about
that
to know
looks
yeet.
like a party.
But no, I
no
saw Cross's last match as Killer Cross before he went to the main roster back in 2020, I believe, right before the world shut down. There was a show right here in Toms River.
I was
for SWF. And
Serpentico?
Pro Wrestling After Dark.
Was it Serpentico?
I don't remember who he faced. It might have been. But it was Killer Cross for the SWF championship, and he won. and then he went
uncrowned SWF champion or reigning and not defending SWF champion.
Yeah, whatever the championship was, I think it was the stall belt, whatever belt it was, because it was like 3 different promotions under one show. It was like
I remember that. Yes.
But yeah, Cross beat him, and then next thing you know, he was being called NXT. I'm like, oh crap,
Yep.
like, but I'm proud to say that I got to meet him and see his last match under the name Killer Cross before he became Karrion Cross, and his NXT run was actually pretty good. But then as soon as they decided to call him up, they're like, we don't know what to do with you. So,
Yeah, it's never good when they don't have a plan to bring someone.
They just call you up without any,
right.
Well,
like,
that's
I mean,
been the problem for
the
years.
same thing when they brought in, when they was like, hey, look at all these 6 new people are showing up on Raw tonight. You know what I mean? And I don't think any of them stuck.
Right? Yeah.
Like they made
either a huge deal and then they just didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, like either they didn't stick or again, they're on their 4th like reboot or whatever. I mean, I hope whatever reboot for Bronson Reed happens, I hope that sticks.
Oh, dude, this version of him has been nothing but amazing. He's just been squashing dudes, left and right.
Oh, and it works, and he gets over, and people are getting behind him. Wow, shocking! It's amazing how it works.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's not for you, pal. That's for somebody else.
That's not for you.
Buddy. But who knows? We'll see. Hopefully that works out.
Hopefully, but again, while we're on break, I'm going to be a little shill for us for a second. If you want, some Opinion City merch, we do got some Opinion City merch. For instance, we have the Wyatt 6 Opinion City WOW LLC exclusive. We're here. Merchandise made by yours truly of the Opinion City Podcast. King Ralph did a wonderful job on that logo. Looks spot on. Get some of that hat, hoodies, sweaters, t-shirts, polos, whatever you got. But also, because we're watching Raw, we have Raw logos as well. Get your Raw merch. Get your classic 02 one. Get your classic 1999 one. Get the newest one. Again, get all that stuff. And then if you want more merch, because I'm just going to go all out, SmackDown has merch too. Get all those designs. All of those eras of my favorite SmackDown eras of all time. Get those merches and get all the merch. Buy some stuff. Support your boys. And also, support WOW LLC. Get this awesome tee that was made by Brian Ace of WOW LLC. Their new design. It looks fantastic. Get the skulls. Support WOW LLC. Support our bosses. And even you could be financially stable like them.
Cash.
Cash.
Give Wild LLC
Give all the cash.
Give him all the cash.
Put
it in the basket.
I'm pretty sure the sites do Mohawk Skywalker. If you go on to either TeePublic or our Teespring or our Pro Wrestling Tees, we have one of those too.
Basket.
I'm pretty sure it ships international. You just have to go on the sites and look. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm pretty sure they do. Pretty sure they do. Put the lotion in the basket.
Hit that business. Hit that business. Tap in. Tap, like, subscribe, ring the bell.
Surprise.
Like,
surprise
comment,
us. Surprise us all. Yeah. Surprise
us.
That
audio feed. There's an audio feed on your podcast catcher choice. This show's not going to be on it, but it's out there. You catch interviews with all kinds of people like Cheeseburger.
Oh, that was a great episode.
There's a bunch of them.
We just had this past Sunday.
Mike Skyros, legend.
Mike Skyros.
Listen to that interview.
The most technical difficulty laden show I think we've ever had. But it was hilarious and patient. He was so patient with us and we were so patient with him. It was such a fun episode that we had.
Yeah.
Check that out. It's out right now on all different forms, formats, audio, visual. It's on YouTube right now. You can go back after this and watch it if you want to. You can also go and watch
archives.
If you want to see Kenny for the first time, well, for the second time, you can go back and watch our episode, Grappling with the Grooves, episode number 1, that we had with not only Kenny Pete, but from the Outfielders, Shane McCoy.
That's right.
We had a fantastic conversation about all things music, bands, live shows, openers, the like.
All that good business.
All of the band business. So check that out.
Enjoy
all of it.
Yeah.
Enjoy all that good
I'm
stuff.
gonna chat with Shay about tattoos.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Getting tattooed.
C. Henry says what's crazy is that both Reed and Cross went to New Japan around the same time after their first WWE release, but Reed came back stronger.
I'm not sure if Cross ever made it to Japan proper. I know Bronson Reed did. I know
Reed did.
Cross did a lot of stuff in the U.S. for the Strong under their Strong banner. Stuff like that. May or may not. I'm sketchy on details on if he actually made it to like over to Japan, the country.
Right.
But yeah, Bronson. New Japan had massive plans for Bronson Reed. He beat Okada at one point.
Yeah, he did.
Like he was really going to be positioned as like the foreign monster to really beat up a lot of dudes, and ended up leaving the company. So they were like, "Oh, what's that? You're leaving? Oh, okay.
Okay, bye.
You lose Okada tonight."
Right.
So like Okada got his win back real quick, and yeah, that was basically it. But like I say, I love Bronson Reed. Want to see him do really well. I hope this next one sticks. Okay. Come on.
Here comes your boy.
Can we stop?
Here comes your boy.
Okay, listen. Professional wrestlers.
Here comes your boy.
Okay, dudes who are professional wrestlers who wear trunks.
Dudes.
I'm talking to all of yous.
All of yous.
Stop doing the t-shirt untucked with the trunks. Stop. Stop it.
Untucked?
We've been saying stop it for years. We've been saying stop it.
You're not a fan of the untucked?
Put on a pair of shorts or don't wear the shirt. It's one or the other. You can't be doing this t-shirt, trunks, knee pads. I don't care if you're 280. I don't care if you're eating chicken and rice 4 times a day.
I don't care if you're eating chicken and rice.
Like, it's one or the other, man. You got to work it out. Like, figure it out.
You got to figure it out. Got to figure it out.
Just tuck in the front or something. Just something. We all know it's not a look anybody wants to have. No one wants this. No one. I don't know.
You're just not a fan of
the
Orton,
song
clearly.
The same? I mean, the song is the same for like 20 years. It's been the same song. Like,
but
can we mix it up? Can we do?
But
something?
It's finally getting some traction where their fans are now singing him out to his own theme song, which I think is pretty cool.
The coolest thing that ever happened to Randy Orton was people on the internet editing video of like people falling off cliffs.
Oh, those are hilarious.
Like,
I love that meme.
On the RKO.
I love that meme.
Like that, even that list of all-time great top 10 RKOs of all time. Like, go back to Exhibit A of the other guy doing rad stuff around Randy. Like Matt Sydal can hit a shooting star press like in his sleep.
Right.
And so, like, he's literally hitting a shooting star press exactly the way he would hit a shooting star press on anybody. It's just that Randy happened to hop up and grab his neck real quick. You know what I mean? Like Seth Rollins being, him being bent over to 90 angle.
That was still my
Seth
favorite
hopping up and then him grabbing him. It's like, okay.
It looked so sick.
I mean, I remember when dudes would come off the top rope and get caught and then get body slammed and stuff. And like, that's intense because you got to catch a dude, control them, flip them, instead of just being like. But I mean, remember when Randy had that killer move? I think it was called. I was reminded by a super fan. It was called the Play of the Day. It was like some weird twisty boy rocket.
Oh
dropper
yes, it was some like generic finishing move.
It was awful and super awkward, and he never hit it right. And they finally were just like, "Okay, Rand Man, here you're gonna do this instead." Pal.
Yeah, you're gonna do something new.
I went to a SmackDown taping in 2007 with main event was Randy against Bobby Lashley. And at one point, 2007.
Yeah.
That was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And the main event was Randy Orton against Bobby Lashley.
Yep.
So, something got confused. Something got, it was a malfunction at the junction, so to speak.
Right.
And they literally redid whatever they did like 2 seconds beforehand, where it was like A, B, C, or
right,
A, B, C, D, E, F, and it was like, hey guys, that's why you're not all that great and you don't deserve the push you're getting, but I guess we're supposed to cheer for you anyway, Rook Dog. And then that's what it's been. Like, he came in, was rubber stamped in his spot, got the Intercontinental title, broke her shoulder, disappeared for a year, came back in, got handed his title again, bounced around with a bunch of other mid-carder opponents, got hurt, came back, and then was automatically rubber stamped into like top guy Triple H Batista program stuff. Like his cage, I've scoured over his cage match, and it's literally just like mid card, empty space, Triple H. Like
listen, Orton still gave me one of my favorite re-debuts. Not of Orton, but of Orton being there, and that's Jericho's second coming in 2007 when he came back. But Orton was the champion at the time. But Jericho's return was epic.
Short hair, yeah.
That
was a great run. That was a great.
The only
run.
thing I wish they didn't do, in hindsight, because it was an obvious, obviously it was obvious who was by that point. Was the whole story was that the guy was running with the flame or the baton for the Olympics.
That was very funny. I remember.
And he ran the whole way to the edge, and then got clotheslined by Jericho.
Yep.
They shouldn't have panned out to him doing the pose, because then you just gave away who it was before you even did the code. It's like that was silly. Now we know who it is. You ruined the surprise. The surprise was so cool, but you ruined it.
Production error.
But you ruined it by having him do the pose and you wide pan. And I'm like, that was okay.
Again, not on the performers.
No, I'm not saying it was Jericho's fault.
Backstage. Yes.
No, nothing to do with Jericho. Because again, that whole re-debut, the promo, the countdown was perfect.
We're talking over this whole Randy promo. I mean, I know it's very, very entertaining and thrilling, electrifying content that we're chatting over here. Not even so much as that sweet Wyatt 6 promo. That match hasn't happened yet.
No, I think that's going to be the main event. I feel like that's going to be the last thing that happens,
brother.
I feel
brother.
I'm just saying because
Dallas and a brother.
Dude, they've been really pushing the Wyatt 6 thing as a big deal. So if he's not first, he's last. If you ain't first, you're last.
Ugh.
The only other thing I can see them doing, if that's not the main event,
please continue chatting. Vamp.
I have to look back at the list. No, yeah, that's the only thing that could be the main event. That one right there. We'll let him go for a second. Oh, I say in the middle. Well, he goes back real quick. We were just having a good time just chatting away. Like, I hope you guys are enjoying the chilling of tonight. We're just chilling and just talking. Like, we're watching Raw in the background, but like we're just chilling and having a good time talking about everything, really. All things wrestling. Indie, mainstream, and the like. I'm an Orton fan. I won't lie. I've been an Orton fan for the longest time. It's my opinion. Not Kenny's, my opinion. I've been an Orton fan since like the Legend Killer days, since the Evolution days. I was a fan of his small face turn, even though it wasn't the greatest, but I loved the whole Triple H turn on Evolution with the whole thumbs down. I thought that was just awesome. Fun. Good times. And, when he went Legend Killer and he faced Foley and all these in these crazy matches, I thought those were all great matches and they're all awesome. Makes me happy that Orton can still go and Orton re-signed and he's back and he's doing all the things. Because for a while, the concern was that his back was so bad that he was being told to retire. But Orton is apparently stubborn and he's still wrestling. That sort of thing. You guys excited for Bash in Berlin? Just remember, it's this Saturday in the afternoon, not at night, because it's in Germany. Time difference and all that stuff. Orton's talking about his demons. All the demons. Yep, so that's this Saturday. Bash in Berlin. Gunther defends his World Heavyweight Championship against the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, the Viper, Randy Orton, going after his 15th title win, which I don't see happening just yet. It's Gunther's time to shine. It's Gunther's reign to continue and his legacy to build. So as much as I like Orton, I think one day he'll become 15-time champion, but for now, it is Gunther's time to shine. Just my opinion. But up next, we have the second of the IC title. No, apparently next is Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed. I lied. They just randomly showed Pete Dunne in the background out of nowhere. It's time for Purdue, big meaty man, slapping the man meat. It's big man time.
Let's go.
It's big man time. Big meaty men time.
Choo choo.
Choo choo.
They don't do that anymore, right?
Well, he still does the Strowman train around the ring.
No, they don't pipe in the sound effect though.
Oh no. That hasn't been no. That's been
Okay,
no.
okay.
No.
Yeah.
But that was a thing. That was a thing for a while.
Right.
The whole pipe in choo choo. The whole choo choo.
Big train coming through. Trains on the tracks coming through. It's happening.
But while we're on another commercial break, check out what Ethan and the Wild OC did to our podcast, visually wise.
Unbelievable.
Sean, how you doing?
I'm doing good. As you've noticed, we've also been, I guess you can call it upgraded. The graphics team must have gotten hold of us again and gave us a new smattering of paint on the visuals.
Yes, everything is a little bit of an upgrade.
A little bit of an upgrade to the Wild LLC.
A little bit of money thrown at it, whatever they do. All right.
And
so,
also, as you notice, it is us, me and Ralph today.
Indeed. We are back to some moderate hosting duties, I guess.
LLC has graciously let us host again as they are busy trying to acquire every and all assets they possibly can.
Indeed.
So they can't always be hosts. So they're like, so they send us over here to host. So they're always watching us, though. They're always watching.
Here we are. Correct, indeed.
Yeah. Doing all the graphics, changing everything. I can't hear you, sir. You are on mute. I hear noises.
How about it now?
Ah!
Wild LLC makes an investment. They got to get something. They got to make sure the branding is correct. They got to make sure the colors are correct. They got to make sure the fonts are correct. They got to make sure it's all.
Yeah, make sure it's all copacetic. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's all.
Those T's, dot those I's. That's what lawyers do, pal.
Yeah, fix your microphone, sir. Somehow it's getting a little. It's there, but it's getting a little loud and a little choppy.
Ooh.
I don't know if it's the wire, maybe, or what.
Could be.
It sounds a little better now. See how long it sticks for. I think that's them messing with you.
Yeah, probably is. Probably is. Joe Gacy's got real beef with me saying he's not going to win a title.
Joe Gacy's like, no.
Joe Gacy's like, I'm going to mess with your microphone, pal.
Mess this guy up. I'm going to mess you up real good.
That's right. I'm going to tweak your audio signal on your debut episode of the show. Pal. Tell me I'm not going to win the North American title. I'll show you. Loser at home of the podcast.
Tell me what to do.
On your couch. Wow. That's what happens. That bees the business. So let's see how many times is Gunther gonna chop Randy in this Bash Berlin match?
I hope as many times as possible.
Yeah,
I just don't. I just want to see.
Did I call him Gunther? I'm sorry, Walter. How many times is Walter gonna smash?
I mean, no, it's definitely.
chest?
Listen, Walter and Gunther are two completely different people at this point in time.
Big baby Walter, man, bring it back.
Well, he would have to gain some weight first of all.
Bring it back, baby. Bring it back.
Dude's in the best shape of his life for the longest time.
Love it.
But no, I read it somewhere and I already knew about it though. But Gunther's been champion on the main roster for 75% of his career, which is an astounding feat to even think about because he was UK champion for like 2 years, whatever the hell reign his was then. Then he was IC champion for however many freaking days, 660 something days. Give him another long reign with this one. Let him just run roughshod for a while.
Yeah. Long belt guy, super belt guy, hometown guy. I mean, Randy's got less than no chance of winning this match, and it's pretty sweet. He's gonna flop around like a fish out of water.
Flop around like a fish out of water.
And he's gonna get beat up real bad.
Oh, absolutely!
Very fun.
Yeah, I think they need to make him keep Gunther strong, and what a way to have his first opponent be lost than Randy Orton.
Very stoked.
Good first start to the reign of the Ring General.
Yep.
General, whatever.
I'm looking forward to Kevin Owens having a high profile contest.
Dude, he so deserves it. I know the whole storyline is he doesn't deserve it, but he definitely deserves it.
Yeah,
I've been an Owens stan for so long now.
Right.
I was a Owens stan when he was Kevin Steen.
Right. Absolutely. So was I.
I met him in 2017.
Right.
The nicest dude you'll ever meet in your entire life.
Raddest dude.
The nicest dude. Freaking teddy bear.
Very cool dude. Very cool dude. Good things happen to good people. Very stoked. Cody.
I don't think he's gonna win this match, but definitely
cool
to see him
chance.
have a high profile match like this. That's much deserved. I definitely want to see Owens hold the belt at least one more time in his WWE run, whether it's the World Heavyweight or Undisputed.
Nah.
Give him another belt.
Nah. He's gonna have this match with Cody. He's gonna do the honors in this time-honored tradition of this business, and then maybe he goes away for a little while. Maybe he goes away for a long time.
You think
maybe he goes away? Maybe he goes so far away he shows up in another territory.
I was just gonna say.
Because that's what I want to see. Give me the only guy
re-signed though too. I feel like he re-signed this year.
I'm hearing conflicting reports about that one.
I don't know.
He needs a ring jacket. So we'll see what happens. But I would love to see Sami Zayn leave. But I don't think that'll ever happen.
The only way I would love to see Sami leave.
There's nothing more for Kev to do in this company. He's main evented WrestleMania against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
You're not going to do any. You're not getting bigger than that. You're not. Nobody is. It's physically impossible. Yeah. It is physically impossible to get any larger status than wrestling.
Facing Stone Cold
main eventing WrestleMania against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Okay, like. It's greener pastures, brother.
Right.
Like, it's time to do something else. And he'll have a job in Jacksonville forever if he wants one. So
I mean, I would be
let's go.
I mean, I would be totally down if they
let's go.
If he had another Kevin Steen run.
Sure. I don't think that'll happen, but it'll still be great to see.
Well, I think if he ever did lead a good AW, he would lose the Owens name.
Sure. Well, in that case, yes. But
then in that case, he would have to bring back Kevin Steen.
It'll be
because Owens would be out.
Man, those fresh pressed fight Steen fight shirts.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Give them to me in every colorway.
Yes.
Another guy I want to see in Jacksonville, Shane McMahon.
I mean,
Shane McMahon would have
things look more possible now than they ever had before because apparently they had a meeting and some
rack of dream matches in Jacksonville. A rack of dream matches for Shane McMahon in Jacksonville. Orange Cassidy, number 1.
Right.
Swerve Strickland, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Claudio, number 3. Wheeler Yuta, number 4. Powerhouse Hobbs, number
5. Right.
Satnam Singh. Let's get Shane McMahon versus Satnam
Singh, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, there are so many dream matches. Lance Archer, Brian Cage. Like, these are all like high profile singles matches I want Shane.
I mean, going by what Shane happened, what happened last time with Shane, I don't know if he can. He better still be able to go after he busted his knee last time real bad on one spot.
That's as has been established across this over 2-hour podcast at this point. Stem cells are very real. And Shane McMahon, I mean, just like Bret Hart always said, he wanted to give that company a catalog full of classics. Shane McMahon could give the AEW catalog a catalog full of classics with a rack of dream matches. Let's go. I am here for it. That's the free agent signing I want to see.
Right.
Tony make. So it's going to be great.
It's gonna be fantastic.
Ricochet and Ospreay running back their 2017 New Japan match is going to be very funny to see.
That's going to be ridiculous.
Like, people who have never seen it or only heard Legend or only heard clips, and them just basically redoing that match.
Yeah.
You know, frame for frame is going to be very cool on a mainstream American level. People are going to lose it for that. It's going to be very cool.
It's going to be I was more surprised that he kept his name because I thought that was a WWE trademarked name.
No, he owns it. He owns it.
I didn't know that.
He's owned it beforehand. Yeah, he's owned it beforehand.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys in that era, when they did the due diligence to trademark their name ahead of time,
right,
and then basically licensed it to WWE under that frame of, like, all the guys who were able to keep their name for that like period of time for those couple of years, it was basically, you're going to own your name. We're going to license it from you so that, you know, you can get royalties from it. But when you leave, you can keep your name.
Yeah.
Like, you know, hence why he can still be Ricochet. He was Ricochet beforehand. Mama named him Ricochet. I'm going to name him Ricochet.
Right.
You know, so, you know, stuff like that. Same thing with, you know, if Gargano were ever to leave, he would keep his name. Tommaso Ciampa would keep his name, you know, guys like that. Like, you know, so that's always good to see. So I'm very excited to see him come back.
I don't know where it came from or if it's even a legit rumor, but I did see or hear rumors around that if Shane does sign with AEW, he would be known as Shane Brandon, not Shane McMahon. And I don't know where the Brandon thing would come in unless that's like his middle name. But I don't know if he would be able to actually use the Shane McMahon name in AEW.
No, he has to be Shane McMahon. Shane Brandon. Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know where I saw it, but I saw it somewhere that I think it was a rumor that he would be Shane Brandon.
That's straight garbage train right there. You don't want to be eaten from the garbage train. You know what I mean? You don't want to ride the garbage train.
How even though he kept his moniker, he had to be Adam Copeland. No longer Edge. He was still the Radar Superstar, but he's just Adam Copeland. I'm like, that's so weird because I've known you as Edge for so long.
I mean, Legend. You know, they were able to do that. I mean, the idea that they let Rated R Superstar lapse and he was able to take that right away is wild.
And his theme song too. He was able to keep his theme song because he knows the band and he knows the lead singer, so he was able to just be like, "Hey, I want to use your theme song."
That's different. But them literally letting Rated R Superstar go,
letting it go as
with him, that's pretty wild. Like that's something 15 years ago would never happen. You know what I mean? Like as the Dudleys. I mean, the Dudleys lived it. Like they were the Dudleys before they went to WWE.
Yep.
They took everything that made them the Dudleys themselves, went to the company, and then when they left the first time, they were like, you can't be the Dudleys.
Right.
You can't wear camouflage.
Yeah.
You can't use the music. You can't use the glasses.
Right.
You can't do anything with the act because we own it. Even though you did everything beforehand that you brought it to us, the contract you signed says you gave that gimmick to us, which is how he became Bully Ray Deadly, which is how a lot of my friends still refer to him as to this day, which is very funny. Bully Ray Deadly.
I say it sometimes just because
this is what it is.
I knew him as Bubba,
or just not even Bully. They just call him Ray Deadly.
Ray Deadly. Just Ray. Just Ray Deadly.
Real heads will call him Mongo, but that's for people in a very, very small section of Ocean County, New Jersey.
Right. So. But that's like, if you remember how Adam Cole got signed into AEW, is because they forgot that his contract for NXT was only for 30 days, not 90. So when he decided not to resign, that's why he was able to jump so quickly, because they didn't realize that he had a shorter contract than the whole 90-day. No compete. Yeah.
Best move that dude ever made. For sure. No, for real. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, he was never gonna go to the main roster. He was never gonna be despite being over and despite being a massive act and a massive merch seller and a massive dude who has people yelling "bye bye" every fucking 10 minutes.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, he was never gonna be anything other than whatever. So it's smart for him to leave and then go wrestle.
Supposedly, they had plans for him to go to the roster where he was gonna be a manager, and I was like, no, you can't give Adam Cole a manager spot. He's so much more than a manager spot.
Baby.
Now they're brawling backstage.
Got trash can. He's gonna come through the thing. He's gonna
brawling backstage. I just noticed. Is the match still on, or is it just now just a DQ and another just brawling? I've missed.
I hope
a lot.
I hope it's just nonsense.
I think it's just nonsense.
I hope it's just post. I hope it's post match non-bell ringing. Chaos.
Jesus.
Yeah. Ooh, who's that real intimidating guy from? I think they're in Ohio. Yeah, these dudes are getting squashed right now.
Oh, they're getting murked right now.
Yeah. Ooh, that case fell over. Yeah, those bogus fruit squashed. He was a real skinny dude. He took that table strong too.
Real hard.
I didn't think that guy was going to break the table.
Real hard.
He was real little dude. He was like, when a big guy tries to put a
small dude
through a table.
He's definitely a small dude, but he took it like a champ. Like a champ.
That hopefully that travel iced tea container was empty, because that would hurt bad. Oh, there we go. Ooh, lighting truss just hanging out in the parking lot. Oh, drive the forklift. Drive the forklift. You saw the forklift back there, brother.
Yeah, I saw it.
Drive that forklift. Yeah. Smash that glass. They're going to smash the glass in that car. They're hitting all the tropes in this backstage.
Yeah, yes, they are.
Choke slam into the windshield.
This is your classic backstage brawl.
Real glass.
Other than the random truss.
That's
out in the lot. The random light truss. That's out in the lot.
Here's where I get the Braun Strowman tattoo right here.
Nice one, just right in your neck.
So when I turn my head to watch TV, everybody can be entertained by
the Braun Strowman neck tattoo.
By what? Yeah. He got a strong man on his rib cage. Are you kidding me?
Which one?
Strowman got a dude lifting weights right here.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Come on, man.
Right in the side.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
That's terrible.
Right in the side.
It's terrible. Oh man. Sometimes bad tattoos are just as good as good tattoos. Oh man, it's bad. Oh, what are we doing? We're going.
Is it bad because it's under his armpit? Is that why it's bad?
No, it's it's in the artwork and the design and the color. It's not necessarily in the spot. Yeah, I mean, I got a portrait of my cat there. It's healed now, but
Jesus, holy shit!
Yeah, he's climbing up the woods. He's climbing up the rock. Okay.
See, that's how you make Bronson Reed look freaking strong.
Yeah,
God
he
damn.
Better hit this too. We're going for a giant squash off a stone thing onto a car, roof of a car. Ooh, and the flash bomb went off way late inside the car, so he landed and then it popped off. Adam Pearce is acting exciting. There goes pizza party referee Aja. Pizza party referee.
Pizza party referee.
Yeah. No. I forget her name when she wrestled. Former wrestler, now turned NXT referee.
Right.
She wrestled on a Pizza Party Pro Wrestling show.
Gotcha. Okay.
Daniel Makabe wrestled Fred Yehai that night.
It's all coming together.
How tall is he? About yay high.
But yeah. But yay.
That's
yay
for
high.
free.
But Eduardo, I'll say that there's a upstanding one. Do you know who the upstanding one is?
You're gonna have to refresh my memory, pal. I know I haven't gotten all the way through the handbook yet. And yes, once again, I will get fined by Ethan LLC. Ethan Wild
Not a problem.
LLC.
I got you covered.
They're gonna keep fining me for not knowing my knowledge.
I got you covered.
As I understand it, we have a very upstanding episode today.
The most upstanding episode. Because we have the upstanding, the chief of staff of Wild LLC, back with us once again.
Whoa.
Dylan Mesh.
There he is. And wow. You don't you don't look happy to be here.
Times when I am informed that I have to talk to you two, it kind of puts a little downer in my mood, but I'm going to try to swing that around for the sake of our wonderful viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
That's nice of you. Thank you.
It's very nice of you. And we appreciate you coming back on the show to, I guess, check on us. And And of course, we just want to get to know more about Wild LLC, and most importantly, get to know about the chief of staff. It's just as important to know about than anybody else in the Wild LLC, because you do give us our tasks. So we're here.
All right. No problem. What you got?
Watch the full episode to find out what we got for Dylan Mesh on that episode. Go back, rewind the clocks, watch that episode.
Let's dig it up in the archives, kids.
Digging up in the archives. Ralph says Bronson Reed, 10 out of 10. I couldn't agree more. That was a 6 spot. Push him to the moon. Make him dominant. Just, yes.
It's going to happen.
He pretty much murdered Seth Rollins, pretty much murdered R-Truth, and now, as it should have happened, and it makes sense, he pretty much murdered Braun Strowman. And if you
keep it going.
And if you want to go big, that's how you go big.
That's right. Crush them all.
Crush them all. Johnny Autumn says holy baloney. I can't get that out of my head, out of my mind. What? The phrase holy baloney?
He's got it. Squashing the Braun man.
Squashing the Braun man.
Looking real small. Looking real small. Ain't happening.
No. Not happening. I mean, Braun came back and he really hasn't done too much, has he? I mean, he's been back, but he's kind of just. Oh, okay. So he was talking about what has happened on Raw.
Well, Bronson Reed they had a backstage brawl that landed in the parking lot that ended up with them brawling around a couple of cars. Braun Strowman was tossed onto the roof of the car, and then Bronson Reed climbed up another car onto a stone wall and jumped off this stone wall back of the arena onto Braun Strowman, who was laying on the roof of the car. It was a pretty cool camera shot. It was like a big splash onto the car.
Yep.
He splashes, he lands, they wait 10 seconds,
the
and then the splash, the big power goes out. Very funny. But it looked pretty cool. It's a good little moment. They're going to replay it a bunch of times. I'm sure anybody watching this is probably following along in the socials. It'll be a clip that'll be out there for people.
Forever.
Forever and ever. And
a forever clip. Yes. Of the Braun Strowman train getting derailed.
That's
pretty badly.
And it is at this time in the evening where I must bid you all adieu.
Oh, you're leaving?
Thank you all for hanging out this evening. It is that time for me to continue doing more business for Wild LLC under closed doors. That's right.
Aha.
You don't get to see the work that I get to do here.
Righto.
You guys get to see all of this, but I got other work that I got to get handled and wrapped up and crunched into it.
All good.
So we're going to make it happen. I want to thank you guys for having me.
You, Kenny.
Sean, it's been a pleasure.
Of course, it's
Ralph,
been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. Everybody in the chat, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much. And we'll be back to hang and to chill and do the thing and to make it all happen.
All the things.
At Kenny P Drums on Twitter, Instagram.
Yes, let him know.
K to the P TV on YouTube. You'll find some music stuff up there and other things I do.
Damn right.
Fun and good times.
Yes.
Good stuff happening. Oh, and I got a gig on Saturday with the Jaded Monkeys in Freehold, New Jersey.
Nice.
Hit them socials for the details because that's when you'll see and hear all about it.
Yeah.
Just in time for me to watch The Miz. Love The Miz. Miz is great.
The Miz and Pete
Dunne. Beat up by Pete Dunne real bad. Don't
real
call me Butch.
Dunne. Right. Don't call me Butch.
One hell of a swamp monster, that Pete Dunne.
Swamp monster?
Yeah, what? He did it. He did it once.
Oh, like he actually was under the guys?
No, he actually was a swamp monster.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This thing in my eye. It's crazy. He got trapped in a net with Drew Gulak and Orange Cassidy. They were paired up for some reason. I don't know why. For some weird reason in another world, they were friends.
I mean,
who knows? It's wrestling.
Whatever. It's wrestling.
It's wrestling. Anyway, go watch some wrestling, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon.
Out. And it's the Parma Show. Yeah, so that's our newest team member, Kenny P from the Mystery Men. He has been graciously letting us use the Mystery Men's music for quite some time now. It has been a long time coming, but he is officially part of the team. I'll bring up the graphic one more time for you guys that we can see where we're at with the team up. We have, of course, at the top, King Ralph himself, myself, Parmesan, my brother, Adam the Guy, and the newest team member, Kenny P. Welcome. That was a lot of fun. Hope to do that soon. More soon. As we get this match underway with Woods versus Pete Dunne versus The Miz for the second match qualifier for the IC title match. Number 1 contenders tournament. Who do you guys got for this one? I saw Johnny say, I got The Miz. Ralph saying Woods, giving off that 0 from WWE 2.5 with his gear. Okay. I guess that's part of his zero gear. I have to look into his gear. I have to watch more of his stuff to figure out what the gear actually looks like. But if that's his gear, then Ralph, you're on the right track. You are on the right track. Listen, Ralph's been calling it since day one. He thinks that Woods turns, or not even turns, whatever happens, but Woods brings out his zero character on the big screen for all of us to see. Don't know when, or how, or why, or if it even happens. If it does happen, you'll hear it here first, because Ralph's been calling it for quite a while now. I know we haven't been the best on guarantees on the show, but that could be a guarantee that might actually come true on the Opinion City Podcast Show, on Chillin with the OC, on all of the above. But who else you guys got for this match? Miz, Woods, Pete Dunne. But while we're on break, he doesn't have one, but I have this kind of svelte beard going on. If you want to take care of your own svelte beard and make sure it's maintained, I know just the person that can give you the right products for that beard. That's right. Our buddy from the Batiri, Kodama, has the official Kodama Vanilla Crush from Mad Cat Beard Care. Get your sweet vanilla ice cream and maple scented premium beard care products, the oils, the balms, the washes, and the soaps. Take care of your beard, just like the demon of the Batiri Kodama tames his beard, and you could smell fresh, just like the Batiri. Keeping it fresh, keeping the beard looks felt. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the Adam the Guy beard. I'm trying, but he has it like down to here. I can't get that here. I've tried. I might try for the winter, just not shave for like the winter and just see what happens and see how big it can get. I'm thinking about it. I'm considering no shave winter. Just let it go. Let it go. See what happens. But we haven't covered the Bash of Berlin yet, so while we're on break, let me do a quick rundown of what we know so far. First of all, of course, we have the Terror Twins going up against Homewrecker Liv and Dateline Dom. I hope, and my opinion is that the Terror Twins get the comeuppance, and they get their win, get their revenge, and send Homewrecker Liv and Dateline Dom packing. Just announced on last Friday's SmackDown, we have the women's tag titles on the line with Alba Fire and Abaddon defending against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. And I'm saying it before, I'm saying it again. It didn't happen before, but this time it has to happen. Bianca needs to turn on Jade that night after they lose the belts, because they don't need to win it, and start the feud between Jade and Bianca, because I think it's time. I think the tag teams gone on long enough. I don't think they need to even win these tag team titles anymore. Move on. Let the feud start. Start big. We have the much-deserved Kevin Owens going up against the current champion, Cody Rhodes, again. I know the whole storyline is that it's not deserved, but it is, in my mind, much deserved. And it's going to be a banger of a match, but I don't think Owens is going to come out on top. But it's going to be a hell of a match, just like the other title match on the line. Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. And again, I don't think the belts are going to change hands here. I think Gunther is going to keep his reign strong and keep it headstrong and keeping it going, all systems go, full steam ahead. And then it was just announced on Raw last week, made official, is the strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, where I believe CM Punk gets his win back to continue the feud for the aforementioned bracelet. I don't know. But we are back on Raw with this triple threat match. Woods versus Pete Dunne versus The Miz. And I really want Woods to win here. Woods or Pete Dunne. I don't know if I necessarily want The Miz to win, but I would be for either the Bruiserweight or Xavier Woods to win this matchup. And apparently I just realized that No Mercy is actually this Sunday. So not only do you get Bash of Berlin on Saturday, but if you're interested in NXT and you enjoy watching NXT's No Mercy is this Sunday at 7 p.m. So you have a full weekend of just wrestling. So keep that in mind as well. Miz cleaning house so far on this show, or on this matchup. Making Miz look real strong. It's also Miz's first match where he's still wearing the shirt. I don't know why he continues to wear the tank top to wrestle. He hasn't... I don't know. I've always found it weird when you wrestle in a shirt. The only time I see people wrestling in a shirt, in my eyes, is if they're not fully in shape and they don't want to show off their physique because they're not in shape. Like, for example, Sting. For the longest time, he just wore a shirt because who knows if he was like that muscular underneath, or he just didn't want to show off the whole thing. So his whole AEW run, other than maybe one time, was where he did not wear a shirt in the ring. I want to thank you all for welcoming our buddy Kenny with open arms and chatting with us, chatting with him, chatting with both of us. It's really cool. Cool to have him on the first 2 hours of Raw. I will be leading the charge in the last hour, so bear with me. as I'll be talking to you guys and kind of myself. Hope you guys have been enjoying the Chillin'. I hope you guys have been enjoying Raw so far. A lot of stuff happening on this episode. Pretty much the go-home episode to Bash at Berlin, so a lot has to happen, right? Damn. Wood's on a roll right now. I just noticed Wood's rocking a Sid Vicious armband again, as we figured out earlier today. Unfortunately, we did lose another legend. Sid Vicious passed away today. Thoughts, prayers, and condolences going out to his family, of course. Just a legend in the business. WWE, WWF, WCW, just an absolute legend, and may he be missed. Not may he will be missed. Oh, I just said. So very high profile match so far. Very, very, very even. Very good so far. I've been greatly enjoying this matchup. Caught him. Oh, he caught him at the last second. Crazy match right now. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. The crossface into the pinfall, into the kick out. That was pretty cool. It's been a solid matchup. I think this match was better than the first triple threat match. I mean, I wasn't really watching it. Me and Kenny were just having a good conversation, a good chat about everything wrestling. Oh, is this going to be Pete's time? Is Pete going to win it? And a win for Pete Dunne. Wow, all right. That's cool. Pete Dunne advances in this IC title tournament for the number one contender spot to face Braun Breaker. I'm okay with that. As much as I wanted it to be Woods, I'm okay with it being Pete Dunne. So we have two already named competitors, Jey Uso and Pete Dunne. Two more spots need to be filled. Who do you guys think it might be? I don't even know if they're going to do it. Like, who else they could have. I'm assuming there's going to be two more matches next week on Raw that they haven't announced yet, that they probably will announce. I'm excited to see somebody like formidable to go against Braun, because, got to keep Braun strong. So whoever he faces has to be a strong opponent that he can beat to continue his reign. Because I don't think it needs to end this soon, in my humble opinion. Speaking of Braun,
what do you make of the winners so far in Jey Uso and Pete Dunne?
I'd say bravo. Great work by both guys. Jey Uso, Pete Dunne, hard fought win, bruiserweight.
Just listening to Braun speak real quick.
You better watch your mouth, Jay. Because there's never been a member of your family to beat up a member of mine, and you are not going to be the one to do it. And Pete Dunne beating me for the Intercontinental Championship? I don't think so.
If anybody can beat him for the IC belt, I would think it's Pete Dunne.
Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. The worst is yet to come. It's all his false prophets. I'm not the one that hides behind the mask.
Can't wait for this match tonight. Can't wait for this match tonight. Give me all the Wyatt Six stuff all the time. Feed it in my veins. I need it. So far, I've enjoyed every bit of it so far. I can't wait. Part of me hopes, in a way, that like Bo loses, sort of the same way that like when Bray was at the Funhouse and he was not the Fiend, he would lose. I mean, in this instance, he's Uncle Howdy, but like I want to see him do matches where he's Bo Dallas and he loses without the mask, but then he wins with the mask. Kind of a thing. Yes, I was just going to say, Champion must officially become Kurt Angle, single and all. Yes, American Made is officially Team Angle 2.0. I even mentioned that last week when they brought out the new shirts. It's definitely Team Angle-esque, but just, you know, American Made, but it felt very much Team Angle in the design of it. I'm all for it. Send them full to the moon with it. I'm here for it. What I'm also here for is to continue showing you guys during this commercial break updates about what's going on with us in the WLC. We have 2 videos left during the breaks to get you all caught up. And this one, Ralph wasn't even here for. I took a call, an emergency meeting with the top 2 guys of WLC, at least the chief of staff and the boss himself. And this is what they had to say to announce, which I will then show you later on, the actual address. Check it out.
So Sean, you're here.
I'm here.
It's essential. You've received the invite.
Yes.
August 16th. It's coming up. It's soon. The Opinion City podcast is our asset. You are in our employ. Mm-hmm. We want you to host the first annual, perhaps,
maybe,
State of Wild LLC address.
Oh, okay.
We have huge news. Capital H, huge news.
Okay. Stay tuned before the end of the show. We will show you a little snippet of the huge news that they had for us at Solar Slam last Friday. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys all for being here. Thank you all for chilling out with us, chilling out with me, chilling out with Kenny over there. That was over there. He was a great time. He's just a wealth of knowledge of the indie scene, of the main scene. He has it all in there. He can just tell you all the stories. So it's just amazing to hear all the stories that he has. If you want to hear more stories, guys, we have a Discord. I mentioned it again. Join us on the Discord. Hit that QR code, take a screenshot, take a video, take a photo of it, type that address in your bar, whatever you have to do. Join our Discord to keep the conversation going even after the podcast, after the Chillin' with the Bros, after Chillin' with the OC. You want to give us your hot takes, your opinions about wrestling, about movies, TV shows, sports, food, whatever. If you have an opinion, we would like to hear your opinion. This is Opinion City, after all, where your opinions can just run wild, and we want to hear all of them. So check it out. Join the community of opinions. And while you're at it, check out our episodes that we just had this past Sunday, with Mike Skyros, the Moonlight Sun himself, witnessed the cavalcade of errors on our part, his part, the phone's part, the drive's part. It was just a fun technical terror, as Ralph called it, but also so much fun. And he was so patient with us and so kind to give us his time on his long drive home from Connecticut to Syracuse. Check that out. Also, check out our episode that we had with former host of High Tension Wrestling, Alex Watt, episode 68, where he aired his grievances about losing his coveted ownership of High Tension Wrestling. And also, if you missed it as well, go back and watch our episode with Junie Underwood. I had the gracious time of having Ethan Wild as my co-host for this special live episode with Junie Underwood, the Pyro Prince himself. So check that out. All good stuff, all the content you want to see, all on this channel, all by the Opinion City podcast. As we are back on TV with which is supposedly their 37th TV sellout in 2024. Their 54th event sellout of this year, which is crazy. They're doing crazy numbers right now. I think this is probably, in my opinion, this could be one of their biggest years that they've had. I thought it was last year, but this year is taking the cake. Like, the surprises, the returns, the debuts, the storylines have been all, I think, on point so far this year, and I just can't wait to see where they go from here. I think this also was one of the years that they went the most international. They've had so many international events since January. Hell, since last year, and even that's really cool to see. They're just going literally everywhere for their shows, anywhere and everywhere. So that's awesome. I'm just so happy to be a wrestling fan. I really am. I say it a lot, but I'm just happy to be a wrestling fan. Whether it's the indie wrestling, local wrestling, the main roster, NXT, ROH. There's just so much wrestling I can watch, and that's what makes me, as a fan, so happy to be able to be a part of and witness and watch anywhere and anywhere. I love wrestling. Let's hear from Damian Priest and Rhea, the Terror Twins.
It never felt so good to be bad. And I mean, you guys made us the villains that you can't live without. And then you wanna play the victim. I'll tell you what, at Fashion Berlin, you don't have to play nothing. Because we are gonna make you victims. I mean, we didn't become the most destructive forces here within the WWE by being the good guy. And at Fashion Berlin, the Terror Twins, they're straight up mercy.
The Terror Twins. The Terror Twins are not in the mood. Fashion Berlin, they're going to get their revenge or get screwed again. Who knows? $1 p.m. Eastern. Don't forget. Probably going to be a pre-show at noon, but who really watches the pre-show? Unless there's a match on it. But if not, who watches the pre-show? Just watch the main card, 1 p.m. I do enjoy the afternoon shows, though, because then you have the rest of the night. You're not up till midnight watching a show. You have it'll probably end at like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then you have the rest of the day. Those are fun events for me because it's midday. It's perfect. That's why I loved watching All In, because it was 1 to 5, perfect afternoon, and then we, had the rest of the night to talk to the Moonlight Sun Mike Skyros, which you should all watch, by the way. Check it out. I wonder if there's anything going to happen before Uncle Howdy faces Chad, because obviously it's the last match, but Maybe they'll have something else in plan before the match because there is still a whole half hour left before the end of the show. Also, Ralph, if you're here, thank you for watching. I know you're busy doing family stuff and doing stuff, but I appreciate you watching us, watching me and Kenny, watching me, watching over us, making sure that we're having a good time, which we are. Wish you were here, but again, I know you're doing some important stuff, important family matters. Hope all is well. And here's a video from Sid, so moment of silence as we watch this probably really amazing tribute to a legend.
WWE is saddened to learn of the passing of Sid Beauty, better known to the WWE family as Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, and Psycho Sid. Make no mistake about it, Sid Vicious is bad to the bone. Sid made his initial impact in WCW, where his opposing 6'9" physique and fierce demeanor made him a perfect fit as the new muscle for the infamous Four Horsemen, and set the stage for his arrival to WWE in 1991.
And see him come out with his eyes wide open. One of the most imposing big men you ever met in your life.
With his unmatched intensity and dreaded powerbomb, Sid would quickly rise to the top of WWE, going toe-to-toe with the immortal Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 8, and main eventing WrestleMania 13 against The Undertaker. Sid backed up his commanding in-ring athleticism with tactical mind games, helping him to win multiple world championships during his nearly 30-year career. Despite his menacing presence in the ring, Sid was known for his kind-hearted nature outside of it. A devoted family man, Sid will be remembered as a man of strength, kindness, and love. A larger-than-life superstar who stood out during an era of larger-than-life characters with a legacy that will live on forever.
Great video. Great video. Legendary wrestler. May he rest in peace. Sid Vicious. Sid for Hall of C? Hall of Fame, you mean? What's Hall of C? Hall of Fame. Got it. 2025. I agree. I absolutely agree, Ralph. Give him Hall of Fame. Definitely deserves it. It's sad that it would be posthumous, of course, but definitely deserves being in the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. I'm curious out there, which version of Sid was your favorite? Let me know in the comments. Vicious, Justice, Psycho. Let me know. I was always a big Psycho Sid fan. That was my era of Sid Vicious. But I want to see what version of you guys grew up with or were into when it comes to Psycho Sid. But as promised, either way, because we only have a little bit of time left, let me show you the clip of the State of LLC address that actually happened after Solar Slam from last Friday, which you can watch the full episode, the full clip on our channel. But here's this little snippet, a sneak peek.
Now, in this very moment, I stand before you as but someone who has embarked on a bold and exhilarating journey. At this very moment, Wild LLC, and by proxy, Ethan Wild, is the proud owner of all intellectual property, equipment, rights, and authorities derived from or pertaining to high-tension wrestling. This move is long in the making, and also long desired. It is a vibrant testament to Wild LLC's unyielding spirit of innovation, of our tenacious fighting spirit, and the unrelenting pursuit of our dreams.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so as you now are caught up on, not only did they buy us out, they also, from under Alex Watt's nose, they bought out High Tension Wrestling, which is now under the tutelage and ownership of Wild LLC. And September the 8th, I believe, Phantom 6 Wrestling, we may even see a new High Tension Wrestling television champion as the Dr. Ethan Wild himself goes up against Philly Mike Swanson for that title. And as Ralph said, God bless Ethan Wild. God bless our boss. God bless our astute owner of this podcast. And thank you for allowing us to keep doing what we're doing under your guideful watch, I will say. Salute to you, sir. All right, 10:40. I'm assuming it's now time for the Howdy versus Chad match. But first match announced for next Monday for the IC match. Sheamus faces Big Bronson Reed facing off against Ludwig Kaiser for match 1 of the qualifying match for the number 1 contender spot next Monday. Second match being Ilya Dragunov versus Dragon Lee versus Dateline Dom to fill those other 2 spots for the IC tournament to become the number 1 contender. C. Henry asks, why is the King is currently dealing with family matters at the home. Nothing crazy, but dealing with family matters at the home life. So he's dealing with that. Again, hope all is well. He's doing good, though. He is doing great. He's supporting me and us from afar, but he's dealing with family matters that are more important than this live stream. I'll say it like that. That's why the King is not here. He's here in spirit. He's here in the chat. So if you want to say, hey, he's in the chat, chatting us up, hanging out with us, chilling with us, sans video. As we're about to see the main event of American-made Chad Gable facing off against my man, my team, my group, Uncle Howdy. I don't see Gable winning this match unless it's by shenanigans. But yeah, I'm excited. This should be a very fun match. I'm all down with the spookiness and the realness and the Wyattness. I'm here for it all. It's all good, C. Henry. Don't need to be sorry. All is good, dude. You'll probably see him back next week. Here we go. I apologize if I'm quiet. I'm just watching intently. This is my stuff on the Raw. This is what I live for. Right here. I'm just so happy that they kept the Shattered theme. That's one of my favorite Bray Wyatt themes that they've made for him. There he is. There they are. The whole team's out there. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Is it his new mask or is it the same one? Because I know they had a new mask for him. Bo looks like legit, and I love his look. I love it. I love it. Oh, yeah. His mask does look a little different. I think it's a updated half mask for Uncle Howdy. It definitely looks different than the ones he wore during like the VHS tapes. All right, let's see Uncle Howdy's debut matchup. He's got about 15 minutes of his match before the Raw ends. Unless there's some runtime overtime. I did see Henry. I did watch All In. I greatly enjoyed it. What were your thoughts on it? What was your favorite match? What were your thoughts on the surprises? What were your thoughts on on any returns, debuts? I was excited for all of it. I'm here for wrestling, and it was just fun to watch. It was cool to see an afternoon show for me over here versus like a late night show. I really, greatly enjoyed it. And yes, Johnny, I agree. I'm glad that they kept Bray's tune because again, it's one of my favorite tunes of the current modern era of any sort of creepy figure. Shattered is a great theme song. Absolute banger. Also, Bo looks really good. And on another break. Should have known it was going to happen at the end of Raw. Another break in Raw. You know, happens. They got to make their money somehow, right? But I mean, versus Will was great. I agree. So it was a banger. Yeah, that last match, bro. That was such a ridiculous. Like everything about it was awesome. Like the whole show, I think was very good. But yeah, I thought Eminem versus Will was amazing. I thought Swerve versus Danielson was also an amazing match. Yeah, and it didn't feel as long as the other ones. I don't know if it was just because of the match pacing of each one, but it felt shorter, even though it was definitely like a full 4-hour show. But it definitely felt, less by the speed of each matchup, personally. So it was enjoyable. But being that I'm alone, I'm gonna take a quick break while we're on a break for Raw, and I'll be right back with you guys. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. And we're back just in time for the rest of the match. Look at that. Look at that timing. Perfect. Perfect timing. Somehow Chad Gable was on top. We missed what happened on the break, but back on top. And see, Henry, I couldn't agree with you more. Honestly, I enjoyed the whole show. Top to bottom. Just great. Awesome. Fun afternoon show. That's why I'm excited for Bash of Berlin on Saturday. Fun afternoon show to watch. Kill some time. Have some fun. Watch some good wrestling. I'm excited for Bash of the Beach. Bash of Berlin, not Bash of the Beach. Bash of Berlin because it's just a stacked card. A stacked card for Germany, so good for them. Good for them. Holy crap. What a suplex on the outside by Chad Gable. Chad's looking freaking ripped, by the way. I did not watch the post show because I wanted to take a short nap before we spoke to Mike Scouros at 9. Late night episode of the podcast because of schedules and stuff. I know some things happened, but I didn't watch it, so I don't know what happened. I know Brian announced that he's retiring, I think, even though he just won the match, so I don't know how that works. Yeah, no, I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch it. Damn. Did anything crazy happen, Henry, on the Bo show that I should look out for? Here we go. On the table. Uncle Howdy and Chad Gable. Oh, that kind of rhymed. Go me. Angle slam? Ralph. He went full Kurt Angle. Not only was he wearing a singlet, the entrance, the look, but now he's taking his move. Jeez. Let's just go full Kurt Angle with it. Full Kurt Angle with it. Crazy. I wonder if he asked Angle, hey, can I just go full Kurt Angle with my whole spiel here? Do you mind? Two of the media's words were kind of rude and asked unnecessary questions. Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out. See what you mean. Down to 8. Yeah, he's in the ring. Saved it. There it is. It just fell. That was funny. There was a light on Howdy from the table spot. You know, anytime someone's wearing a mask, I've always wondered, wouldn't the punch hurt the other person because of the mask? That's just me. Maybe I'm being dumb. A thought I had. Holy crap. What a suplex off the top rope. Go Gable. Go Gable. Crushing it. Very even match so far. Surprisingly. Howdy had a hot start, but now Gable was taking full advantage. Check out the glove. Oh, you mean like Kane? The red and black color scheme? Because I'm thinking Kane. The whole glove is definitely giving me Kane vibes. And if that's what you mean, then even more yes. Even more of a reason why I'm into this whole thing. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All of the yes. All of the yes. Yes. Back with the vengeance. Oh my god, he hit that turnbuckle so hard. Jesus. Holy crap. That was insane. Nice. Oh, so they asked those kind of questions. All right, Henry. I see. Okay. I'll have to check it out. I did see one clip with Mercedes on a reel somewhere about a question, but I mean, now with a distraction. Ref bump. Of course, ref bump. But now can come in the whole wide six to thwart American Made. Here we go. Here come the shenanigans. Here come the shenanigans. Here comes the rest of the Wyatt Six to save the day. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Give me more. Holy crap. Here we go. This was no class. Okay. He just doesn't care. I was on the back, but he just doesn't care. I love that. Just doesn't even feel it. Caught him. Caught him. That's it. Good night. Good sell. Good night. Uncle Howdy with the win. That's Diana Raw. With the Wyatt Six on top. Once again. As they should be. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good match. I agree. That was good. That was a good way to end the show. Good way to end the show. Which means what's next for the Wyatt Six American Made and Chad Gable. Thanks, Ralph. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for watching, even though you're dealing with family stuff. Appreciate you hanging out. Thank you so much. Means a lot to me. Thank you for all of you for watching, for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, interacting. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. I'm sure Kenny appreciates it. With that, I'm Parmesan. This is Wild OC's Opinion City Podcast. This was Chilling with the OC. And real quick before we go, I just want to do one more time. If you missed it, go back and watch Mike Skyros. Episode 69. The fun was just all over the place. It was crazy. It was wacky. It was fun. Go check it out. Guys, it's been real. Have a good night.